All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day, incredible weekend, actually. So hopefully, your weekend was enjoyable. Peter, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, I had a pretty good weekend. How was yours? Do anything
Good,
exciting?
man. Good. Yeah, we Saturday we did a lot of backyard stuff with the kids. And then Sunday, I had a baptism. They went to my good friend's house right after that, and we stayed the entire afternoon. So that was fun. But other than that, man, good, enjoyable weekend. Yourself?
Excellent, excellent. I can't say that I did much, which was perfect. Did yard work yesterday. Saturday was very rainy and cold, so didn't end up doing much. We had a party Friday night, so I was recovering from that.
Nothing wrong with a little recovery action on Sunday for getting ready for the week. So nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
All right, friends, let's get to it. Quick look at our gappers list as we kick off this week. Brand new month. I mean, everything's just fresh, and this gappers list looking rather green. Based on the news I'm hearing, right? I'm hearing Bloomberg on the background. They didn't seem it was going to be this green. I thought it was going to come into the world as falling, but it's not. It's a lot of green on the screen here. Yeah, we'll see what's happening there. And then a couple of stuff in the red, including Google, IonQ, and DKNG. So, and NBIS, we know this stock has been just on our list, back and forth. Today, gapping down this morning. All right, we'll jump into all that in just a second. Peter, take us through our economic calendar for today.
Okay, we got two things to do. Let's start with the economic calendar here. Nothing immediately. Later on this morning, we do have the S&P manufacturing PMI number, construction spending, and ISM manufacturing. Those are all coming out at 9:45 and 10 a.m., as you can see on the screen. Probably the most interesting one is going to be Fed Powell's comments. At 1 o'clock, he's got a speaking engagement. And, whenever he speaks, the market usually sort of reacts. So I actually don't even know what he's talking about. I mean, he only ever has one topic, right? He talks about the economy and interest rates because that's what everybody wants to know. But it's usually in if there's a Q&A session, that's usually where things get more interesting and we see if the market reacts. So if he starts at 1 o'clock, his comments could be 5 minutes or 50 minutes for all I know. But sometime thereafter, we're probably going to see some market movement. So be aware if you're trading this afternoon, that's going to be probably the most interesting economic moment of this day. Now, so that's the first thing. The second thing I wanted to do is unrelated to any of this. For everybody in the chat room, hello, all of our members in the chat room. I see Tony and others saying hi out there. Jared, I'm not sure what he's doing, but it looks fun to me. He's asked everybody to go and try and update your avatar. We're all going to be Andrew this morning. So you see a lot of people in the chat room there that's got that weird Andrew little avatar. When you log into the chat room, you can change the image you use, the gravatar image that you use. So maybe, Jared, if you're still out there, you can repost the big copy, and everybody can re-log in, change the image. Hopefully you know how to do that. You can see a lot of people are doing it already. I'm not sure what our purpose is here, but it sounds fun.
Is it his birthday or something? Is it his birthday?
I'm not sure.
I'm in.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I sort of missed that part. I just heard Jared say, he asked everybody to change their image this morning. So I'm like, all right, why not? There you go. So this is, there you go. He's posted the bigger image. You can see Andrew. It looks like Andrew's on a plane with the neck pillow. All right. I didn't even know that was the image I changed it to. So there you go. So
awesome, man.
Everybody's being Andrew this morning. So there you go. Looks like fun. Join up.
Should be fun. All right, friends. Let's get to it. Let's take a look at what is happening here today on our gappers list this morning. I'm trying to get this picture here too, but I'll do it in a second here. All right. So yeah, let's jump right in. The gappers list today, guys. A bunch of stuff happening on the green side of things. Let's start with the first one. LYRA. So LYRA this morning, we are up 514%. So again, huge pop today, Peter. Obviously, lower flow stock under a million, seeing some amazing volume this morning. What is the latest and greatest?
Well, it's Monday, so we're going to get a couple of biotechs on the list. And sure enough, Lyra Therapeutics is leading the charge here. They had a phase 3 trial, of something called Enlighten 2, which is testing their LYR210 treatment, anyways, for chronic rhinosinusitis. So there you go. It's obviously shown positive results, and the stock is leaping higher this morning. That's all I have to say on that. I lost Carlos. Carlos? Where'd Carlos go? He thought I was going to talk longer, I think. I lost Carlos. He's gone. I can't hear you, Carlos.
I'm back. All right, friends, take a look at the next one here. INM is next. Another one that's also high flying this morning, up 130%. Let's take a look here, INM. And guys, up 126% and bouncing back and forth here, as high as $9.44. Now down towards about $5 or $6. Another low flow at 1.2 million shares traded. So again, got to be careful with this one as well. Peter, again, typically these we don't watch, but they are in play today, heavily in play this morning.
Yeah, well, again, these biotechs on Monday morning, every Monday we seem to see it. Now, this is a drug manufacturer, but I honestly don't know what the news is. This is a little bit of a weird one. InMed Pharmaceuticals, Canadian drug manufacturer, leaping up here, but I've got nothing. I got no news. I don't know what's happening. So if anybody does know, let me know. But like you said, it's in play, but I can't tell you why.
All right, yeah, and it doesn't take a lot for these low flows to get going, really, but obviously something sparking up. InMed Pharmaceuticals is the name of the company. Next on here is VERA on the gappers list. Again, guys, this gappers list you can get every day over at tradingterminal.com, so available to you completely free. And again, this scanners plus a bunch of other scanners that become active once the market is open. So VERA this morning, we are, let me type the right ticker in here, VERA. We are up 58%. Also a low, borderline, 48 million shares flow. So not 1.2, not 1. A little bit higher here, 48 million. And obviously up quite a bit this morning, Peter. Anything good on this one?
Biotech, they've got a phase 3 trial. I'd like to tell you what it's about, but there are a lot of words in here that I can't pronounce. So if you're interested, look it up for yourself. I will just embarrass myself. Anyways, apparently they've achieved a 46% reduction in the causation of this problem, whatever it is, because I can't pronounce it. So that's why it's moving.
All right, there you go. They're doing something good for something that we know not much about. But if you like it, there it is. All right, let's continue on here, guys. A lot of, man, look at these numbers today, right? Maybe a lot of them pharmaceuticals, 58, 39, 29, 26%, 25. Well, we know Cleveland Cliffs, I think it is. We know this one, but a bunch on here this morning.
We also have some weird ones on here, like the next one on the list, the IMCC. This is a cannabis producer that I've never heard of, IM Cannabis Corp. And they have agreed to delist. So why are they jumping up? They're voluntarily delisting its common shares from the Canadian Stock Exchange. They're going to remain listed in the U.S. Stock Exchange, but they've delisted from Canada voluntarily. Not sure why. So, that's a weird one up on our list here. I guess all those Canadian shareholders are jumping over to the U.S. stock, which is what made it go up. But, that's...
could be. They really love the stock and still want to own it. I guess that's another option. But, yeah, we're a reaction here with that news, which seems to be Not positive. I mean, but it's a Canadian stock exchange. I mean, how bad can it be, right? I mean, I know you don't get a lot of volume up there as far as the and not in a, that sounded wrong, but not in a bad way, right? The volume is very light compared to the U.S. stock market, like it isn't
Usually,
everywhere
yeah.
else in the world. I mean, we always get the question, what do we think about the Indian market? And we're like, same thing. They just don't get the volume the way the U.S. stock market does, right? So, and the same thing with China and some other ones. All right, let's take a look, friends. Again, it looks a little bit weird here. Is it going to be in play? I don't think so. We're going to watch it, probably not. And again, that type of news, who knows how this is going to trade? Already hard to borrow on this one, so we don't have shares for sure with Interactive Brokers. So again, nothing I like this morning. The range is crazy. 19 so far. It's the high. Down to about $8.50 now. All right, moving on here, friends. Some other ones on there. We have BMGL. We'll get through some of these quickly here. BMGL, Base Medical, another medical group, seems like up 34%, as high as 11.32 here. Hard to borrow this morning. Float on this one is 5.2. Again, many low flows sitting on our gappers list this morning. I think the top 6 or so or 5 are all low flow tickers, right? So if you look at those, pretty low flow stock, most sitting on those pharmaceuticals. Peter, anything else to add on this one? BMGL?
No, not really, because I don't know why this is moving. I mean, it's another one of these medical ones, but they seem to be a medical company that is also buying crypto, of course. So they're out of
No.
Singapore. Basel Medical Group. I don't. Why are these companies? Why everybody wants to buy crypto? I mean, I guess it's good. It feels like a Ponzi scheme, though, right? If every company decides they're going to make money getting into crypto, that's good until companies stop deciding to buy crypto to get into it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I mean, I guess make money while the Ponzi scheme is still active. But yeah, it's like musical chairs, though, right? That's like Brian and I used to say, you don't want to be the one left without a chair when, well, you want to be out of the game by the time the music stops.
Yeah, you don't want
By
to
the
be,
time
be
music
spinning.
stops, it's too late.
Yeah, agreed. All right, friends, let's take a look here. So let's look at some other ones on the list. We'll head down. We look at the first couple of low flow tickers up there. This was not a low flow, 62 million. BPMC is on the list, BPMC, but also sounds like one of these. Oh, this is ugly. Blueprint Medical. This looks like a buyout. I mean, the way it's set up right now, this is really not tradable. Peter, again, I don't see anything good on this one.
Blueprint Medical Sciences, yet another biotech. So they are here because in this case, looks like they're being bought out by. I never know how to say the name of this company. Sanofi. I don't know. Anyways, Sanofi. I know it's a big company. And I should know how to pronounce their name, but I don't. Anyways, they're being bought out. So that's why it's jumping up here.
Yeah. So bio guys, that normally does not trade very well. So move on from here to the next one, APLD, and then we'll stop here because man, it just looks like today that we turned over the rock and it was all low floats and a bunch of garbage stuff. There's some more low floats coming up as well. So we're gonna hop around after this one here. So APLD up 22%, 9 million shares traded as low as 670 today, and now climbing to 850 right now. That's the high of the pre-market session today. Peter, seems a little bit active. This is actually one that actually looks alive out of all the ones that we saw here that did not just pop up with a bunch of percentage and just kind of giving it back slowly into the pre-market session. This one's actually doing something. What's the latest and greatest, and is this something we can watch today?
I mean, they did have some business news. In this case, it's not a biotech. This is Applied Digital, and they've announced that they're entered into an agreement to lease a 250 megawatt AI data center in North Dakota. So that's, I mean, I guess they've got plans for this. It should generate approximately $7 billion in total revenue. So that's. Yeah, it's a good deal for them, and the reason why their stock price is popping up this morning.
Yep. Agreed. All right, let's head on down here. We'll hop around a little bit, Peter. What do you like in this list, in the gap up? I mean, it just seems a bunch of other low flow stocks, but anything you like in here?
Well, we should probably talk about CLF, Cleveland Cliff. You mentioned that. It's surprising that this one's on the list. and not some of the others like what the
U.S.
heck is
Steel,
U.S. Steel?
X,
Um,
X,
X.
U.S.
See,
Steel.
I knew
Yeah.
it was this. I knew it was like one letter. Couldn't for the life of me remember what it was. Oddly, X is down slightly today, but Cleveland Cliffs is up. So Friday night, Trump held a rally, and he announced that he was increasing tariffs on imported steel, which would support the steel industry. Cleveland Cliffs is one of those companies that would benefit from that, and that's why they are on our list and getting a little bit of a bump this morning. So, like Carlos, this is the stuff that we were talking about last week that let the chaos reign. So whenever the White House makes announcements like this with more tariffs, it just seems like the tariffs, on again, off again, on again. So on steel, with the remember, there was a recent closure of that big deal with Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel, where they, in a very unique move, granted the White House some management oversight of the company decisions going forward, so that they could get approval of this deal. It's creating a very different world out there. So the Trump administration is at it again, and we'll see if it has any impact intraday. Often these things don't, right? They sort of have overnight impact, but Cleveland Cliffs is moving this morning, although it's a little uncertain as to how active it's going to be.
Yeah, up pretty good this morning, 27.4. Just don't know how well that thing's gonna intraday trade. All right, that's our gap up list. There's some most stuff on here. CRWV is coming up. mRNA as well are two tickers that we actually know, right? So let's look at those. mRNA. Let's see here. This morning we are up 3.9, 670,000 shares traded. Nothing crazy. Daily looks interesting here for a possible breakout, but nothing really spectacular going on at the moment. And then I see CoreWeave, which I know many of us have been watching just take off here. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, look at this thing now. It is up 3.8, as high as 130. Has pulled back since then. That was last week. But man, look at the run all of May, just insane, from 45 all the way up to 130. So a wild one in play. Yes, be very, very careful with this one. Again, it can move $2-3 in a matter of seconds, Peter. I don't think there's any news. Just continuation from all the madness of over since May.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, that's right. We're in June. I forgot that. Hey, look at that. It's June. Hey, happy June, everybody. Yeah, so we're in a new month. I don't see any news on most of these. Most of the tech stocks seem to be gapping here a little bit, but really with no news. Some gapping more than others, frankly. But like Google's got to have some news, don't they? Anyways, I don't know. They're down 2%. It's pretty big for Google.
Yeah. All right, friends. So yeah, this is fun. I like to watch. I'm going to put in a secondary list. It is entertainment purposes at least. Someone in chat is asking, why don't we have shares for sure on CRWV? Yes, it is on hard to borrow with interactive brokers, and could be a lot of things. One of them is a recent IPO. This thing just opened up in March or late March, right there. So it just opened up. Usually recent IPOs don't have shares for sure with some brokers. And on top of that, when you see something running like this, I mean, brokers are very, very cautious. They don't want to give shares for sure just to protect themselves as far as risk. So we've seen that happen. And if they do give you shares for sure, like if you can locate them with somebody, they're going to be extremely expensive. Be careful with that. And the other thing too is that, they'll limit you of how many shares you could take, how much of your buying power you could use, because we've seen what happened with GameStop and other companies take off like this and people lose their shares. So the broker's going to protect themselves on this one, and that's what you're probably seeing with not a lot of shares available for sure. So again, entertainment purposes, be very careful on this one. And again, shorting this, even thinking about shorting this is scary, man. I mean, it can pop. It can literally go from 115 here to 140 in a matter of minutes. So that's scary, man. That's scary stuff. So be careful. All right, Peter, as far as the gap up list, anything you like on here? I didn't come off with anything off this list, man. Anything you like?
No, I mean, the gap up, it's funny because most of the tech offerings are not gapping up. They're actually gapping down this morning. As you said, the gap up list is pretty green, but most stuff we're looking at are gapping down. Interesting, all the Chinese stocks seem to be gapping up a little bit this morning. So I haven't really seen any news out of China. They've actually been pretty quiet over the last week or 2 weeks or so. Because remember, it was all about the talks, right? The trade talks. And and Trump was saying how he brought them to heel, and I think it was about this time last week, or maybe it was on Tuesday because we did have a holiday last Monday. But saying how he saved their economy, and then they repaid him by breaking the whatever the deal that he had, and they chose not to respond to that I saw. So, but anyway, so I'm not sure why the Chinese stocks are up, but yeah, Baba, Baidu, Billy, PDD, all gapping higher this morning, whereas most of the stuff is in the red. Carlos, I don't know what tomorrow. What this morning is going to bring. It's sort of an interesting. It's sort of a weird day. Start of a new month. Start of a new week. It's anything could happen. The sky's the limit.
Agreed. Hopefully, Tesla can continue to provide us some really good trading. It did on Friday. Here it is, down 1.2. I'll be putting some of the usual suspects on the list, Peter. You're right, because I don't see anything great of this gappers list, both on the up and down. Let's go to the down real quickly and see if we find anything. Close one that I know many people like this morning. They're down 5.5 with some volume, actually 748,000 shares traded and climbing. We do have shares for sure. Daily does look interesting. Pre-market a little funky. Looks like we just started to get going here as we just drop a bit. I'll add it to the list. We have space, obviously. There's nothing on my list right now, so I'll add Oklo. Peter, anything to add on this one?
No, like you said, it was. We were watching it Friday. I didn't really find a trade in it myself, but I was having some fun on other offerings. So, not having fun actually. I ended the day with a great trade, so I felt like I had a great Friday. But the reality was, most of the day I was very frustrated because I missed an awesome opportunity. But that happens. But yeah, nothing to add on Oklo.
All right, so we'll keep that one on deck. I'll add that to my primary list, and we'll see how it goes here. Next is another stock that's been popping up on our list almost every day, up or down. NBIS today on the downside, down 4.8, 1.4 million shares traded. I am not a big fan of the way this thing trades, so I probably won't be watching it, but it is in play today. Look at this pre-market action. You're seeing some nice movement here with volume. So it could be interesting. Daily as well, you can see a little bit of selling pressure here, as the last couple of days we've just kind of been breaking down and just kind of losing some of these support levels that we've had in the last week or two. So could be a good possible, actually. What's your thoughts, Peter?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're moving this morning because they did announce a private placement, pretty big one, $1 billion worth of private investment. They've issued a bunch of convertible notes, which is dilutive to the stock price, which is why the price usually drops. So, but they issued, $500 million at 2%, $500 million at 3%, and those sort of mature in 2029 and 2031 respectively. So bottom line is they issued more stock, which usually brings the price down. So probably not one that I'll watch for being in play, honestly.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. What else we have here? So that is NBIS. I'll put in a secondary, see if we get anything out of it, but I'm not sure. DKNG this morning, let's take a look what's happening there. DKNG is also on the gap down today, down 5%. We have 525,000 shares traded. We looked at this plenty of times lately, but I haven't found any opportunities on it, or maybe it's just been overshadowed by other stocks that's just been moving way much better. So I don't know. Today could be their day where they do something. I'm not liking the pre-market as much, Peter. What's your thoughts on it?
There was some news that apparently the state of Illinois passed its budget, and incorporated in that budget was a fee on online betting. So if they can tax you, they will. It looks like they're trying to find a way to put a new betting tax on anybody that's high volume bettor out of the state of Illinois. So that's not good for DraftKings, which of course, that's what they do, right? All online betting.
Yeah, not good for them. How well this is going to trade, not sure, but it won't be on my list. All right, IonQ is next, friends. Let's take a look here. IonQ, quantum stocks have been very, very active over the last couple of days. Here's the daily. They've been up, they've been down, they've been just pretty much all over the place with some good volume. Here's IonQ down 2.2 this morning, 949,000 shares traded. Prior to today, I mean last week we had QUBT and some other ones very, very active. Here's QBTS. Actually has 1 million shares traded, down slightly, trying to get into the green territory here. Has been climbing up. Looks like all morning trying to get up there. And then we had QUBT as well, also very too many letters. QUBT.
You got all
Too
the
many letters on here.
in there.
All the quantum stuff there. So yeah, so a few of these could be in play. I mean, I'll watch QBTS. Seems to have great volume, so I'll put down the secondary list QBTS, and I'll put IonQ for now on the secondary list as well. And a little bit later, I'll decide if any of these are doing anything fun that we should be watching. Peter, any of these quantum plays that you like this morning?
No, there doesn't. There's not any news in quantum. I mean, I always watch QBTS. That's my favorite, with IonQ coming in second. So, but there's no particular movement on them. Although, interestingly, I was at that party I was at on Friday. The son of so I was celebrating a good buddy who turned 60, and his son is actually going to university, and he's working for a quantum computing company as a work term over the summer. And he was talking to me about the actual technology of quantum and the different technology that companies are using. And I gotta admit, I thought, oh yeah, I'm in the market, we talk quantum all the time. No idea what the hell he was talking about. Just sounded like the Peanuts teacher half the time to me. Just wah 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 wah. I was trying to follow, no idea. So yeah, we talk quantum, Carlos. We don't really understand what's happening from a technology point of view.
Yeah.
At least I don't.
Agreed.
I should only speak for myself. You could be an expert
here,
for
man.
all I know.
No, same here, man. I don't know what it does. All I know is it's in a big box in a room that you can walk in for cooling and all this other stuff. That's all I know, man. That's it. All right, friends. Wow, this my list so far. Oklo on the secondary list, QBTS, IonQ. I got some just for fun stuff on here like CRWB, which I'm not gonna put down. I'll put it down here. Why not? But for the most part, I don't see anything I like, Peter. Anything before we get to our friends here? Anything on the gap down that you want to add or that you'll be looking for this morning?
No, I think you can pick anything you want off the tech stocks. Like I mentioned, Google seems to be down the most. I'm not sure why, but because it's down 2%, everything else is down less than that. But Apple, Google, Tesla, PLTR, Nvidia, AMD, those are all the usuals that I go to. They're all gapping down, but yeah, Google seems to have the worst of it for whatever reason. I'm going to give our thing in the chat room because it's fun, even if I don't understand the purpose. A lot of people just logged in the last couple of minutes. You may notice a lot of us have we decided that we're going to be Andrew today. We've got Andrew's avatar here, and Jared is asking us to use that avatar if you can. So log back into the room, change your avatar to that. Maybe Jared, if you're listening, can repost it. There it is. We're all going to be Andrew this morning, just to see if he notices, and for fun. So here we go. Let's do something fun here this morning. So you can always change it back later. Easy enough to do, but just change your little avatar in the room to that, just for the morning. And then when we
Andrew
have
is going to notice.
We'll all be Andrew with the neck pillow this morning. Should be a lot of fun. So.
Oh man, speaking of the devil,
Okay.
he's definitely going to notice. I said he was going to notice before, and now I saw something I know he's definitely going to notice. But yeah, let's go through it. Okay. Let's go through it, see how fun it is.
Let's do
it. All right, let's see here, friends. All right, that's our gap list. Again, not a blockbuster list, but we've seen this before where we start off a little bit quiet and then it turns out to be an awesome day, and vice versa. We've seen this gappers list be horrible. Great, and then we have a brutal day, right? So it doesn't not dictate what's going to happen at the market open. Let's go to you guys first and then see what you can pull off from whatever you guys like this morning. And then I'll go to some of the usual suspects like Tesla, Nvidia. We'll look at those for sure. But let's go to you guys. Let's start here in our chat. And friends, if you want to join the chat room, you always can head over to beararbitrage.com. Peter's going to show you later some of the packages you can join and join our team here. All right, let's take a look. What do you guys like this morning? Over in our chat, checking for tickers. All I see is this avatar. Unity software is you, right? It is Unity software here. They were very active last week. They were up. They were up quite a bit. They're down 3% this morning, 373,000. We do have shares for sure with Interactive Brokers. I just don't know if the volume is going to keep up. This stock saw a couple of days of some very decent volume compared to what they normally do. I just don't know if today is going to be that day. Even pre-market, we do have 373,000 shares traded. So Tunde, I think we just have to wait for the market open, see if the volume comes in here. I personally don't like it for my list. But if you decide to watch, let us know. Let us know if the volume does come in and if something looks good here. Peter, I don't think this is going to be one you like, but prove me wrong if that's the case.
No, you're correct. You're correct. I didn't really like it on Friday. I like it even less today.
Yeah, careful with the volume on this one. All right, what else, friends? We have AMD. Let's take a look at our good buddy AMD. Okay, AMD showing a little bit of some life here. It is up slightly. It was in the red earlier today. Made its way above the previous day close line here. 526,000 shares traded. Out of anything, the daily looks really nice. The daily has been moving somewhat well here, so it could be interesting if we are deciding to give a little pop here. Notice AMD. I mean, they went through a stretch here in May, gapped up, sold off, gapped up, sold off. Like everything is just a sell-off, like a string of all red days here, even on the gap ups. And then just last week as well, 3 days. Remember, last week was a short week, so 3 out of the 4 days all gapped up and sold down. So very interesting play there. I like AMD today, Peter. I think AMD is gonna go on the list. What's your thought? I know you always watch AMD, so I know it's on your list, but do you like it this morning?
It looks about average. The price action's picking up a little bit here, but volume's maybe a little lower than when on its most active days. But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, cool.
It's we'll see.
It's your buddy.
You never
Yeah.
know. Some days it's good, some days it's not. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Another good one of our good buddies is Tesla, and we'll look at PLTR next. Tesla, here we go. So Tesla today we are down slightly, but man, we're trying to recover pretty good here. If you look at the pre-market, we were down as low as 338, now at 343. So already making some decent moves here in the pre-market session. Here's the action. I wasn't around for the sell-off as much as it did. Right, we had a great move up. If you guys remember this on Friday, really nice here. Andrew had just a monstrous trade on PLTR. But look at this sell-off. I did not see this going into the afternoon, so that's pretty nice. We're all out by this time. So again, Tesla, it can be. There's so many ways to play this stock. If you're long, you had your opportunity. If you're short, you had your opportunity. And this is what makes this ticker so great to watch. So I'm going to put it on my list. It'll be front and center, and already 2.5 million shares traded, which is actually not great volume, but you do have something here at least happening right now. Peter, Tesla, you like it today?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with Tesla. It's nothing great about it particularly, but like you said, it's always in play. I mean, the other one of the group that we have been watching recently is PLTR. Loved it on Friday. Very unique move on PLTR. It's rare you see a stock go all the way out, low to high, high to low, low to high. It basically did 3 big moves on Friday, and yeah, I had some regret on PLTR, but it was a great trading stock, so I'm definitely going to be watching that again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Took off nicely here, and yeah, we'll see what it does today. We also like the daily on this thing. If you look at the daily, we're slamming up. This is all-time highs, right? Did we get all-time highs? I don't think we did. We were very close
No,
on
we were
Friday.
close, but no, we didn't get
Yeah,
there.
all-time high sitting around 133.50-ish. So again, we didn't quite get there. So yeah, this stock is just on fire. We'll be on deck as well. Let's look at 2 more, friends, and then we'll head over to our community events and announcement. Of course, NVIDIA will be watching, especially on a day like today where nothing is sticking out. That's a great play. NVIDIA will be a good one today. So for NVIDIA, we'll add it on here as well on our main list, and there we go. Over in our YouTube chat, PLTR TD, we do have TMC. TMC, what is this? TMC, the metals company. So I guess, is this part of steel, like tariff stuff? I'm not sure what this is, but they're up here. The metals company. I don't see anything I like on this thing though. So volume is pretty light. Pre-market action, there's not much happening now, even on the 200,000 shares traded. Infamous Corona. So is that like Corona, like the drink, or Corona? You gotta be careful now. It could mean so many things. So what are we talking about here? So infamous Corona, good stuff.
This is a
But yeah,
Canadian metals company. I don't
yeah.
know what's I don't know why they'd be gapping up. I don't see any news, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like it pre-market. It's just not a whole lot of volume here. All right, one more, and then we'll head over to our community events for this beautiful Monday. Pony AI up 4.6, 700,000 shares traded. It's a stock that moves, gets volume. I find it difficult to trade. Look at the daily here. The daily does look interesting, as we just had a good day on Friday, a little bit of continuation today. Are we looking to break out of here? I mean, does it have the juice to do so? And it's been trying to get above this previous day close at 1926 or so for all last week. Looks like we're doing it now. I mean, what does that mean, though? Is there some kind of play here? Maybe. I'm not a big fan of the price action. I think it's worth watching though. StarTech. So yeah, I think it's on the fence. You know what? We'll put it on the secondary list. Pony AI. There we go. All right, I think we're set. Peter, let's head over to our community events and announcements. Friends, you can always head over to bearwoodtraders.com, and you're going to click here on this webinars tab right at the top, and this is going to show you what's happening for the next 2 weeks. So Peter will take you through it as we get kicking off this June first of the week, Monday, all that good stuff. All first.
Yeah, so let's start. We got a back to regular schedule here as we have a full week of trading. Let's talk about what's happening this week. So we're going to start this week with a class midday. We've now got our sort of midday series as well as the evening series. Midday, Brendan's going to talk about the setup of DOS Trader Pro. A lot of people are getting into trading and you're sort of trying to get to understand the software you're using. If you use the DOS Trader Pro software, which a lot of us use as traders, I do, there's always something to learn. It's a great tool, but it's been developed over decades. And there's all sorts of hidden tricks. So he's going to help you through some of that, help you know how to best configure it and take advantage of it. So that's at noon today. And then tonight, there's also a live trading session at 11. So we've got live trading in the elite for our elite members, in the webinar room. So you can go take advantage of that. And then tonight we've got, which is the mainstay of the day, is our onboarding class that happens in the evening. Carlos hosts any new members or anybody that just wants a refresher. Join Carlos, have the onboarding class. It's always a good conversation. You get a sort of good focus group that's going to, and this is where you can ask those questions that you might not want to ask in the bigger forum, where you really need some help getting set up or understanding how to take advantage of the Bearable Trader community and resources. That's the place to go. It's for all members of all membership types. You can go into the onboarding room tonight at 8 o'clock. Carlos will help you there. We got series that are happening the rest of the week. So Tuesday's trade book and strategy, Wednesday's psychology, Thursday's mentorship. So we'll let you know about those as we get onto those days. But go to the website. You can check out everything that's happening in the calendar, and we will let you know all about it. If you want to join us and take advantage of all of those webinars, then you should join using one of our elite membership options. Again, you go to bearabletraders.com, go down, just scroll down, and you'll see all the membership options. You can join with the intro offer, or like I said, all the way up to the elite, whether you do the elite monthly or annual. Right now, the annual is still on sale. We haven't pulled that off yet, so you can still take advantage of that Memorial Day sale, which gives you half price off the elite annual if you want to do that. So go check it out. Oh, sorry, Avi's not available. All right, sorry. Thanks, Sam. Sam was letting me know that Avi's not going to be able to do his 11 o'clock session, so thank you. He is under the weather today. I see that. I missed that announcement up top, so thank you, Sam. See, this is why you have a community. They help you. They let you know what's going on. So we'll just be doing the noon session and the 8 p.m. session. There you go.
Yep, absolutely. All right, good stuff, friends. Okay, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and get some levels in place here. And we'll start with, again, I don't have a lot on my list. Let me update here. Oklo, AMD. I'm just going to update my list at the bottom here. So what do we have? Primary list.
Pretty quiet today.
Yeah. Did I just
It's
did I
fairly
mess
quiet.
this up
I know
here?
it's crypto. I was looking at crypto prices. They sort of, or Bitcoin prices specifically, they dropped over the weekend, going from about 109,000 down to 104 where they currently sit. So
Mm-hmm.
really surprised when it got up to the 110 that it just could not take off. Right, never got higher. It just for a couple of days was sitting above 110, and then a couple more days it was sitting just below it. Now we're back. We're back down a little bit. Not back as low as we were, 2 3 weeks ago, but still, crypto prices have just been fairly stagnant. Where's to the moonish things people are expecting? The moon still seems far away.
The moon is far away. Yes. All right, friends. Let's get to it. So, OKO, Tesla, AMD, and NVIDIA for me this morning. Again, that's all for right now. I'm sure that as we move forward, we'll find some other things to look at. So, let's get some levels in place here. And, friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it very much. It does help us out a ton. I don't even have YouTube up, I only have the conversation on YouTube. So I don't even know how many likes we have, but I know we need more. Whatever the number is, I know it's low, and we need more. So help us there. All right, let's take a look. Oklo, we're starting there this morning. Again, I like the pre-market action. I'm not really a big fan, but we have space to watch a couple of things today. There's nothing sticking out as a blockbuster list. So we're gonna put a level here at 48.87. That's the low of the pre-market. The high of the pre-market this morning, just below the previous day close at 52.36. We'll do another level there as well. And once you look at the big picture, the highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing a good job. We can actually get another level lower here just in case we lose that low of the pre-market at 48.87. We're going to put one right on here at 46.09. So 46.09 going as well. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla was so good on Friday, man. Looking forward to this one today. Let's see. High of the pre-market, 343, right over here, 343.61. There you go. We'll slam one there. I remember something. You guys don't want me to slam levels anymore. All right. I want you to gingerly put a low of the pre-market level here at 338.40. I want you to slightly just hit that button there and put that low of the pre-market level right there as you can. And then we're going to head down over to 330 where I see a great level here as well. We're not going to slam. We're going to just gently put it right on here and just place that level at 333.02. All right, there you go, friends. Good job. You're doing amazing. Let's keep going here to AMD now. We're not going to slam anything. We're going to just be very cautious and careful as we place these levels gingerly in low of the pre-market for AMD at 109.40. I can't do that. I'm sorry, man. I got to slam things. We're going to slam these levels, man. 109.41. You can slam one there as hard as you want. Doesn't matter. Slam one at 109.41. It's the low of the pre-market. The high continues to press against here at 111.53.
We were waiting, Carlos, to see. It's good. You just be you. Don't worry about it.
No, trust me. I had no plans of changing that. This just makes us fun, I mean, the minute we cannot be us, this does not become fun, and we're gonna find other routes, right? And that's what it is. Part of this is the fun of it, no question. All right, so AMD here, friends, another level over at 113.87. We're going to put one right on there as well. And then you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. And I think you're all set on AMD. AMD looking good in the pre-market right now, pushing above that previous day close line, looking strong. I like it. I know you mentioned that it's not great volume, and I agree. But I don't know, something about AMD today. It's giving us the watch me kind of look here. NVIDIA as well. Again, it's been red the last couple of days, Thursday and Friday. Good sell-offs here. And again, I didn't watch it on Friday because our good buddy PLTR and Tesla took all the attention. But NVIDIA was an awesome sell-off on Friday. So I didn't watch it closely. But look at this here. Beautiful, beautiful sell down. Peter, was this the one you was going to take short on Friday? Or was it Thursday? I know you had a lot of really good calls here over last week, but I'm not sure if it was this one. But
I honestly can't remember myself. Whether it was Thursday or Friday. Definitely one of the two,
yeah.
when I was absolutely looking at it. So.
Yeah. Yep. Gotcha. All right, let's take a look here. So going back to our levels, friends, on Nvidia, trying to get go green here. Right here, you do have the low from Friday, which is also pretty much the low from today as well. So we're not going to worry too much about this. This 8 a.m. candle here. I still think that it's worth noting this level here because look how much support you have here. I know this is the low of the pre-market. And that's what's going to be marked on your charts, and especially if you're doing automated charts as well. But you should, I believe, you should also have this level here. Like the amount of support consolidation you have here is worth marking. 133.78 is going to be on there. Below this, friends, we're going to go down to just about 131.87. It's a good one. And just in case things fall off the rails here, we do have an area right around 129.40, 129.41 or so. Excuse me, 129.74. It seems to be the place. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I am going to just also mark down this area here. It's not a major level, but we do have a couple of days slamming into this price action here at 136.33. So you definitely want to have that noted there as well. And that's our list. Oklo, Tesla, AMD, and NVIDIA. Very short, tight list. Some of these are not, don't look excellent today, but we know NVIDIA and Tesla are going to deliver, and we hope to find some other ones too off the scanners and also from you guys. As you guys are watching things, call them out. See something, say something. All right, Peter, take us through what our team is doing this morning.
All right, our team, our moderators are starting to get their list into the chat room and let you know what they are following. Avi's feeling under the weather, so he's not going to be trading today. Mike is going to be watching Tesla and keeping his eye on the scanners, as always. Let's see. Lenny is going to be watching Google, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, OKLO, Unity Software, Boeing, DKNG. He's got, he always has sort of the master list going on there. Brendan's going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and PLTR. Phil is going to be watching Google, Tesla, PLTR, NVIDIA, and Apple. And Brian is going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, OKLO, PLTR, and the SPY overall. For myself, I haven't got my list. Actually, I should put that up there. I'm going to be watching the usual. Like I mentioned, for me, that's always Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and Apple. I'll keep an eye on. I'm going to keep an eye on PLTR, CoreWeave, CRWV, and Cleveland Cliffs, just to see if it does anything CLF. So that'll be my list for today, and we'll see what happens. Carlos has got his list at the bottom of the screen. You can always check that out. I think the last one is Pony. Is there like an extra space in there? You're going to be that's the AI, right?
Yeah, it's Pony. Yeah, secondary. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. And guys, whatever you do, trade smart. If you're slamming levels, that's good. If you're slamming your hand or your head on the table, that is not good. So don't be doing that. So,
absolutely. Excellent. I did forgot to mention PLTR. I do like PLTR this morning. So let's just quickly do some levels as we wait for Andrew and Brian to hop on in. I see Andrew's already in chat, ready to go. Brian should be joining shortly. But yeah, PLTR. PLTR is our newfound buddy. I mean, this stock is just so good, guys. So explosive. It's been incredible for not just a couple of days, for like weeks on end now. So 128.81 is the low of the pre-market. We'll place a level there. If you look at the daily, you're surrounded by a lot of the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You don't have to do a whole lot. This is your all-time highs here, 133.50. So you don't got anything above that either. Just as soon as you mark the low of the pre-market, everything else is set. I mean, highs and lows last 2 trading days got almost all the major levels covered, which is this one here. You could draw a line across the board here. This one here. These 2 support areas are well covered for you. So that's it. Pretty simple as far as levels. Brian and Andrew up next in chat. We're going to continue here on YouTube, and then Brian, for those that are joining us for the first time, then Andrew and Brian will join us later today around 10:30 or so. Then we have Paris after that. Is Paris doing Vancouver? Where's Paris today?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right. I know he's not loving the time frame.
Yeah. Next little while. Well, I don't know if he's loving it, but hopefully he's getting used to it.
Yeah. But if you do want to see Andrew and Brian trade live, friends, it's very simple. Head over to bearbootraders.com. Peter showed it earlier. $39 gets you access for an entire week. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, Starbucks coffee costs more than that. Even Dunkin' Donuts coffee is starting to get expensive. I got a cup this morning. Not like for Dunkin' Donuts that much. Things are wild. So yeah, for a cup of coffee, you can afford to join the chat for a week. A lot less than that. So we'll see you guys there. Trust me. And you're going to get more value than a cup of coffee. That's for sure. for sure, for sure. All right, Peter, we're all set. Anything else we might have missed here?
All right. No, we're good to
to
go.
go. All right. Good, good, good. We'll see. There is our good buddy Brian logging in. Good morning, Brian. We're gonna disconnect here from chat, and we'll let you to it. All right. Good morning. Very good. All right. We are set, friends. Let's get ready for the market open. 10 minutes to the open. We'll get our stocks ready, charts ready, and we'll get rocking and rolling here.
All right. Andrew's noticed. We're all using his avatar.
Oh, of course, of
Still not
course.
sure
He's
why.
not gonna miss that.
Something
Is it his birthday? I know his birthday might be. Is it his birthday passed already?
No, I don't think so.
I thought his birthday wasn't close to mine, so I think his birthday's coming up. Maybe Jared knows something we don't know. Let me ask ChatGPT when it's Andrew's birthday. ChatGPT knows everything.
It's scary that it knows these things.
Let's see here.
Let's see. When
I'm
is
just gonna
Andrew's
search the
birthday?
chat. Andrew B Day. So yeah, friends. All right, start of the week here. Man, it was a rough week last week, and Tesla saved the day, friends. Really, really saved the day. Saved the week on Friday. It was just awesome. So that was pretty nice. But it just goes to show you, we went through a stretch of like four, 5 trades, red after red after red after red. At least for me, right? So it just goes to show you that you can go through a stretch where everything seems just to not work. And my inexperienced self back in the days would actually start changing everything around. I mean, literally start just messing with everything. This is not working. Change that. No, just stick to the plan, right? I mean, go ahead.
Yep. I was just agreeing with you. It is so true, right? It's so easy to lose confidence in this game when you're trading, and even I last week was starting to lose confidence. And Friday, midday, I was showing people. Actually, you know what? Might be. Do we? We'll do it later this morning. I've got some time. I'll show you my journal for Friday, and it was one of these where I was sharing it in the chat room. I was talking to everybody about my day as I usually do. And, I was so frustrated. But then I had a great trade into the close. And suddenly, I'm feeling on top of the world again. So it's amazing how quickly these things can change, right?
Yeah. So. Yep. All right, PLTR going green, being explosive again today. 2.5 million shares traded. I mean, that is awesome. Let's get our things ready here. So to get the 5-minute down here, we switched the daily to the 5, and I switched the 5 to the 1. So that is our trading setup. And yeah, we'll get good to go here. Yeah, I was gonna do that surf bar. I skipped a couple of days of journaling last week, including Friday, which was an awesome day. Should have been an easy journal. But after I'm done trading, I've just been getting caught up in all these other things, and I forget to come back and journal. And the screenshots, I don't like the fact that the triangles disappear with DAS at noon, because it'll be so easy on Friday to come in. I mean, on Saturday morning to come in and just kind of do the other screenshots.
Yep.
But if you don't come the same day, that's it.
Yeah.
You lose.
And as I've learned,
yeah,
they settle at different times. It's like you have to do it before 11 p.m. even.
Yeah.
So,
you can't.
Sometimes I'm remembered. I'm like, I got to go do it. And I'll show up and log in, and it's already gone.
While I've been doing it, at like around 11:30, 11:35, it starts acting very weird, and then it just disappears. I'm like, man. So, yeah, it's just got used to doing it right away. But I missed a couple of journaling last week. All right, -5.5 here for the market open. As we mentioned, I like PLTR right now. Oklo could be interesting. Tesla as well has been just awesome. AMD giving back a little bit. So we'll see where it goes. On the secondary list, QBTS trying to go green. So quantum stocks very active. You guys remember, let's look at the 5-minute, very active last week. And we'll see if today is going to continue with any of that. So pretty couple of good days. Pony, I'm not sure about Pony. I have it here just to see what happens. And we have CRWV, which is, again, just entertainment purposes for me only, man. This thing is risky. So I just can't stress enough how careful you have to be here. All right, good stuff. All right, let's start this week on the right side of things by being disciplined, guys. Remember, after the market open, if you haven't seen us trade before, we're not heavy traders at the market open. Like, we rarely do we take more than a couple of trades. So I usually wait 3 minutes to the market open before taking any trades. No matter what's happening, I wait 3 minutes, and then after 3 minutes, we'll look for a VWAP breakout. 2 minutes later, possible setups for a 5-minute ORB. So that is usually the plan for me. We do that every day. Peter, if you sees a good opening range like Rising Devil, Fallen Angel, that type of stuff, he'll take those. But for the most part, we're not heavy opening traders. So keep cool. Wait for the setup. Very, very important. New month. Whatever happened last week doesn't matter. Whatever happened Friday doesn't matter. Let's just focus on today. Google, interesting. Let's take a look. Me and Google don't have a great relationship, man. I'll tell you. I don't. I have traded it before in the past. I have done well with it, but usually it is just not my go-to. I don't know, something about the price action compared to like some other ones I don't like. But they're down 2% here. 3.9 million shares traded. It's could be interesting. I don't have them on my list, but it's a stock that we can always pull up whenever. So if you guys see something great on it, let me know. Ralph, call it out. Especially if you see, I'm typing. Look at this. I'm typing morning. I meant to type good morning to Joe in chat. And I typed it in the box here. Joe, good morning to you. There we go. PLTR, awesome. NVIDIA, AMD. All right, looking good, guys. Looking good. More on the watch list. Yeah, right?
All right, I'm just trying to see if there's anything I like for an early morning trade. Ion Q is actually moving nice this morning. I'm surprised.
Boy,
the volume's a little low, but it's, who knows? We got 2 minutes to the open. We'll see what happens. Cleveland Cliffs, as expected, low volume.
Oh, you're so fine. You're feeling spicy today with these two tickers, Vera and Boyle. Yeah, Vera could move. You got to be very, very careful. I'm just looking at some of the ranges here. Yeah, Vera Therapeutics. We've seen this before too. This is not new to us. We've seen this one in the past.
Yeah, it's been there before,
but today is spicy. Careful, please. Just manage your risk accordingly. Yeah. What's the flow on Vera? Vera's 48 million. So this is high. It's a high flow. So higher than like a 5 or so. QBTS went green and back down. Yeah, I see that. All right.
Oh,
minute to
my
the
1
open.
minute alarm. Minute to the open. Yep. See what we get. We are Tesla Tesla. NVIDIA. Where are we going this morning?
What is the website for
take
the
it
free
easy. It's Monday
scanners?
morning.
It is
No need to rush anything.
tradingterminal.com. So tradingterminal.com, Francisco. You can head on over there. I'll type it in here too. Tradingterminal.com. And then click on the scanners on the left-hand side.
You know what I forgot to do until right now, Carlos?
Was that?
I didn't click the thumbs up button myself.
Oh, me neither. Hold on. We're such bad hosts here. Ding, 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 ding. Thumbs up. There we go. We're ready. We're open. Let's do this. All right, here we are.
NVIDIA. Moving higher. Man. NVIDIA, look at that.
All right, let's.
I keep thinking, NVIDIA more often than not just likes to pop up at the open. Should just take some shares for long, just for a quick little scalp.
Yeah.
I don't do that though.
All right, let's see. AMD, Tesla. The madness. Remember, guys, if you're a 1 minute opening range trader, doesn't mean you have to take your trade a minute too. One of my bootcamp mentees, man, he crushed it. He waits a bit, and even at minute 4, you can still get a 1 minute ORB breakout, right? So it's very tough to do it right here, like on Oklahoma minute 1. It's not easy to do. You could wait for more data, and on minute 3, minute 4, if you still have an opportunity, you can take a 1 minute ORB. So just be mindful of that. I find that strategy to be the hardest one. Yeah, no, it's going. Yeah, a lot of things are looking really nice here. Really nice. Good volume. Yeah. NVIDIA. PLTR. Let me get you guys to 1 minute more interesting than the. Do I got it right? There it is, the 1 minute. Yeah, perfect. PLTR. Yeah, I'm looking at PLTR, man. It's explosive. It really is. All over the place right now. Up to 134. Oh, how's that doing? I love this stock. I love it, man. Look at this thing. I'm happy for the IPO holders here. I'm really happy for them. I like to see people make money. It gives me joy. If they're good people, if they're bad, go to hell. But if they're good people,
if they're good, people.
Hopefully, yeah.
Only the good ones.
Only the good ones. All right, nice core weave, just beautiful. A lot of things feeling strong today. Sartak is long. AMD. Was there a message at the baptism? The guy was pretty funny though. He was the priest was actually pretty cool, but there was no message on what to go long or short. So if that's what you're asking me. PLTR. Let's see here. Man, beautiful. All right, minute 3. I don't see anything hanging out at the VWAP. Everything is pretty much moving. Oklo setting up for a nice, what could be a bull flag. Just the volume needs to come back in. Looks like it wants to break above the previous day close, but just the volume is not there right now. So we need to see more out of this one. All right, let's see. Oklo wants to go. PLTR. Is Andrew in PLTR? This is his baby. Not yet.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's in.
No, yeah. I just checked. He's not in yet.
He's not in yet.
NVIDIA. Gone.
Wow. NVIDIA had that decent move right at the open.
Yep. Let's take a look here. What else we got? PLTR pulling back to the VWAP. PLTR potential 5-minute ORB. I like this push off the VWAP here. If we can hold, this could be nice on PLTR. I like this one. Alright, so I'm thinking PLTR. Let's see what this candle does. It's going to be very interesting here. So if this candle can show strength, could be a good 5-minute ORB. I just want to make sure it's actually going to be strong and not just pull back below the VWAP here, which is looking like it wants to do something here. Gotta wait for strength. I'm out of NVIDIA. I'm out of QUBT. Amanda is having a good morning so far. Nice. Well, Amanda trades like 14. She was in 14 trades at once. So you're just 2 trades this morning. You're kind of, you got to catch up to your standards. Slacking. She's taking it easy this morning. All right. So PLTR, I like it here, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to get above 133.50 if it is going to go. I just want to make sure it's not going to struggle and head below that VWAP there. So I like the 5-minute charts on it. It looks great, but the 1 minute is not convincing me, I got to say. We need more. Need more out of this. All right, let's see.
Yeah, don't force anything, Carlos. There's lots of trading week.
Oh yeah, yep. I'm gonna wait for the right setup on this thing. It might not be the best entry, but above that 133.50, it's like the best confirmation. So if it can't do that, then we'll find something else. NVIDIA, Andrew's long NVIDIA added actually. He's been on his long a couple of candles ago, looks like. Tesla. Oklo actually broke out. So that was nice if you're watching that one. QBTS on the way down. Look at PLTR. Didn't work. Glad we didn't get in this thing. Didn't give us a good confirmation. QBTS, IonQ. Nice engulfing pattern, IonQ. Pony AI sold off. And CoreWeave to the moon. Just straight to the moon on CoreWeave. Wow. That is a beautiful thing.
NVIDIA just went up and hung there. Jeez, that would have been a good opening trade.
Which one, Peter?
NVIDIA. Just NVIDIA. Our CoreWeave. I know you love your CoreWeave, but NVIDIA was also good right off the open.
Yeah. No, NVIDIA's, and it's going. And Andrew's long. All right. Let's see how that does there. SMCI. Wow, we haven't looked at that one in a couple of days. Yeah, nice breakout above the VWAP here. Okay, PLTR here. See, PLTR could be good now. So now we might be getting ready. PLTR, I'm going to go long now. I do like the bounce we're getting here. So long PLTR for a 5-minute ORB. Not the best entry, but that was intentional. Like, this is the break here. I like to trade it off the body, not the wick. But it's better to get in this case, to get a little bit worse entry, but to be sure that it's actually going to happen, right? So let's see if I actually can continue here. Let's see, a high of the day. We'll take a partial if we can get there. And I'm going to try to maximize the partial as much as I can if we do get into the green territory here. Just because I know this thing can run. So let's see if we can get high of the pre-market. Android and NVIDIA, a couple of partials already, so very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. IonQ of VWAP. Do I have IonQ? I do. Let me see if I could take my first partial if it lets me here. We'll take a look at what's going on with IonQ. All right, PLTR. Oh, we're struggling at 134. Let's see what this candle brings. That is not good. Let's hold that 133, baby. All right, let's see what else we have here. NVIDIA. AMD is green. Core we've up 10% now. Pulling back a little bit. All right, let's see. APLD looking good. Yeah, we saw that in our pre-market. APLD. I didn't add it to my list, but I know that was one that was actually looking pretty. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Good job if you took it. But that is pretty good there. PLTR. Let's break. Struggling is 134 right here. This is struggling. And that is where it had prior resistance before too. So it's just struggling to get above that. IBIT, IBIT. That's mining, right? That's crypto mining. Yeah.
I think so, yes.
Actually, it's the ETF. Yep. iShares Bitcoin.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was a mining company for some reason. Like an individual mining company, not an actual ETF. Could be confusing it for something else. PLTR wants to go, but it's like giving us a hard time. It's like yes, no. Let's see here what it can do. Oklo is not at VWAP. Oklo. Yeah, could be a good VR breakdown. Volume is okay. It's not great, but it could be a good VWAP breakdown on Oklo. All right, PLTR approaching our VWAP. If it goes below VWAP, I'll get out of the trade on PLTR. It's got to hold above that. Let's see.
It's funny you just said the exact same thing that Brian said in the chat room. But
oh yeah, because he'll probably go short if he's not in it.
No.
Knowing how he trades.
Well,
is he long?
I don't know actually. What is he just at the same time you were saying that he said the same thing? So it's just
because that makes sense. We're looking at the same thing. If it goes below that, it's not good. It's got to hold that here. That is a stop below that VWAP. All right, good. It's good when when I align with one of the heavyweights. That's good. All right. Let's see if we hold the VWAP. Bold equals gold.
Bold equals gold, baby.
Is that a ticker too, or what are we? It's just not something else. Bold equals gold. I like that. I like that. All right, PLTR, we're surviving here. Almost got to stop that. It would be nice if, like, for once, you almost stopped us out. Now you go to the moon. That'd be great because it usually stops us out. Then it goes to the moon. But it'd be nice to get a little reward sometimes, right? Not usually the case. Market does not like to play easy. But it would be nice if we could do that. All right. How are some of these crazy stocks we were watching earlier? INM. This love trying to do something here above the VWAP. Careful, guys. I'm not recommending this. I'm just looking at it entertainment purposes. But it looks like it wants to go tons of volume, as you see here. So careful on that one. There were some other ones. I forgot the ones we had. We had some BMGL. What's another madness one? BMGL. A lot of pharmaceuticals. This one just pulled back. Didn't really do nothing. So careful on those. All right, the longer we don't break out here, the harder it becomes. So far we're doing higher highs, higher lows, trying to do higher highs. This 133.50 is a problem for us. We gotta really get above that thing. Come on. Here it goes back at the VWAP. I'll be ready to jump out if we close below the VWAP. Looks like we are. Selling pressure is way too much in this thing. Doesn't look like it wants to hold here. So, it's like testing us, but I think we're gonna have to fold our hand here. What are we thinking, PLTR? This is a very intense trade, and it's more intense because I do manual stops, right? If you have a limit order, just leave it.
Keep an eye on
but
it.
Since I do manual stops, you gotta like keep an eye on it, and you're making decisions every time it comes down here. Okay, am I hitting the button? Am I not? Like, you know, it's intense. Okay, now it looks like we might get stopped out. We'll see. 132.71. Yeah, selling pressure is just. But it keeps getting bought back up, but then we don't break out. Like in this buyback here, you have to break out, or else you're just gonna flush. You know, you're not getting that breakout immediately after those buyers come in, which is concerning.
Yeah.
Trade Canada, the 5-minute looks bullish on PLTR. Yeah, I like the 5-minute. I actually took it on the 5-minute breakout, but yeah, we're struggling. Here it is. We got to stop out. We're struggling to get going on the 1-minute. Like it's having a really, really hard time. It looks like there was this 134, 133.32 area just struggling to get above that. So we'll jump out of it. We'll see if we can get another shot later. Went short on futures on which ticker did you go short on? All right, so PLTR got us stuck. Did not help us at all. Everything pulling back a little bit. Tesla below the VWAP. VWAP breakout on Tesla. Breakdown. Let's see what we got here. You listening to the chat? Did Andrew notice? Did Andrew notice the things?
What thing are we talking about? Oh yeah, the avatar change.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. First thing you noticed, he was telling everybody.
What's the reason? What's the reason for it? Do we know or?
I don't. I missed why Jared was doing this, so I was just trying to support Jared. He asked people to do it, so I'm like, all right, sure, why not?
It's a good man.
But yeah, I don't know why.
Tesla could be a good VWAP breakdown here on Tesla. I like the setup here. We got the breakthrough candles. We're not getting really much of a pullback right now, but if we do, it could be a good short with the target of the low of the day. Not a great target, but it could be a nice short here. I just need to pull back so we can get our setup for the VWAP breakdown. PLTR is holding the VWAP, trying to at least. Oh, Wow. Come on, Tesla. Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Just
didn't miss it because I was waiting for the pullback, so I didn't miss it. But it's
yeah.
just it's moving without us. That's a shame. Nvidia bounced off a VWAP. What's in? Yeah, beautiful bounce off a VWAP. PLTR breaking down below VWAP. That's nice. What else we got going on? Core weave, nice breakdown on core weave, down to 116 from 123. I don't think you could short this. So yeah, you can't short it. Okay, never mind. So can't do anything with that. Man. Oh, wow. This is brutal. Brutal, man. Brutal. Look at Tesla. This is not.
I know. Sell off. Heavy sell off.
It hurts. It's a $4 move. It's a little bit of pain. A little bit of pain in the chest. That was so good. Hopefully you guys took it. That was a great short on Tesla. I don't think I did anything wrong. I was waiting for, again, the pullback here. It just didn't really come. No pullback. But a beautiful short. Went to the low of the day and is continuing. New low 340.64. And I got a level all the way down there here at 338. I think that's the low of the pre-market. That's far out, though.
Tesla, really. Look at CoreWeave. After the great move up, it's right back to where it started at the open.
Yeah, yep.
It's interesting.
You caught that, Robert? You caught that? Man, that's good. That's good. PLTR pullback. Yeah, you do have a nice pullback here in the breakdown of PLTR. I don't know. PLTR has been so strong, man. I'm concerned shorting this stock. It's been doing its own thing. So I think you won't surprise me if it holds its previous day close, man. But this is the move here. You are getting the breakdown. Here's the pullback. Here's the entry. Like, this is your confirmation entry here. I like it. I do like it, but I'll be honest, I'm gonna be biased. I'm not gonna take it just because how strong this stock has been. And that's just a gut feeling. I could be completely wrong. This could sell down like Tesla, but the setup is a good one. Like, you have the breakdown here, you're getting the pullback. Well, now it's kind of changing things, but you got the pullback, and that would have been a great entry for short. And then the breakdown below the previous day close. But this stock is too strong, man. I'm not messing with it short. It's got to be careful on this one. It's been just wild. Like, here it is, another opportunity for a short on a PLTR. Yeah, I just don't trust it. I can't. PLTR holding Friday's high. Yeah, you guys see some of the highs and lows here for the last 2 trading days. Yeah, I don't know, man. But here it looks good. Looks good, Peter. What do you think?
I mean, it looked good.
Yeah. There's the confirmation. It might flush, actually. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I'd rather be wrong, but I'd rather be out of the trade and be wrong. I don't mind being wrong on this one, or right, but not while in the trade. Wow. This just Throw it in our face, Tesla. Just do that. Man, what a move.
Yeah. It's a strong, well, weak move, but a big move, right? Especially right off the open like that.
It is because who calls? I didn't actually. I wasn't looking at it. Somebody called the breakdown on the VWAP, and somebody says it's pulling back. So it wasn't even me. It's one of you guys. I forget who it was, but and I pulled on, and I'm like, okay, this looks good. If we get a little pullback here, this could be our entry, and it's just no pullback. Just went straight down. Happens. As Andrew, he's long or covering? I can't hear the chat. I'm not sure if he's covering. I think he might be long AMD. I can't tell, but he's got a couple of.
Yes, he's gone long AMD.
All right. And look at PLTR selling down as well. I'm not mad at this one. Didn't trust this one, but this one. That's a whole different story.
Not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, just disappointed. All right, let's see what else we find, guys. If you think you've been trading for the whole day, it's only been 25 minutes. So we got a long way to go. So if you feel anxious, just relax. NVIDIA is going to be a long. I like the way it's been just holding the VWAP here. It kind of looks like on the 5 minute, like not a nasty bull flag, maybe an ABCD pattern, but it's been holding here, the VWAP. Constantly. So everything else is selling off, like a Tesla selling off, NVIDIA. I was gonna say PLTR selling off, but PLTR is back in the green. I just thought this stock, I'm telling you, this stock finds a way to push higher. You got to be careful. AMD's working for Andrew, taking a couple of partials there. Tesla continues to sell off. I'm just gonna delete Tesla off the list. And NVIDIA, let's see if NVIDIA keeps holding. NVIDIA could be a good long here if it can hold. Ali, yeah, it's concerning when you have a stock like this one, man. Just the news and everything around it is you got to be careful, man. And people are gonna see short or low prices as an opportunity to buy, so you just got to be careful. Like Brian says all the time, he tells us this all the time. Be careful shorting a strong stock, right? And this is one of them. And actually, if it goes above the VWAP, I might go long on PLTR. I think the hype is real on this thing. People want to push this higher, so we'll see. It's got to go above the VWAP, give us a nice move, and maybe we'll get going. But again, I could have been just as I was right on this one. I could have been just as wrong, right? It's just you just don't know. I mean, that's the thing with the market. You just don't know. You just got to play probabilities. You got to have great risk management because you really don't know. Like nobody knows, unless you're insider trading. Highly recommend watching Titans: The Rise of Wall Street. A couple of
you mentioned that. I still can't get access to that one.
On Prime. Available. Oh, it's not available in Canada. Oh,
no.
Okay. So insider trading was not illegal back in the JP Morgan days. So that there were people doing insider trading left and right, no problem, And then later when the SEC was created, once it became illegal. But yeah, some really great stories, man. Up to some recent ones in 1980. It's just crazy the stuff that people came up with. So if you haven't looked at it, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, unless you're insider trading, man, you just don't know. You don't know. Look, see, like now you got a nice drop. I'm not sure if you could have held that pull back there, but look at this drop now. Complete weakness. Just don't know.
Tesla is just not stopping.
Oh man. Wow. I would have retired for this whole week on this trade. For the whole week, I would just be like, Peter, I'm gonna be out for the next couple of days.
Wouldn't have seen you, eh? You're just gone.
Oh my! Look at this. This is our entry was above 344. This is down. So nice with 337. And like, and what's great about it too, what makes it nice is that there's no pullback. So like once you get in here, like there's no reason for you to even, you know, be questioned on your entry. Like you can really take your partials or hold on to this because there's no bullish signal here whatsoever. Even now, this is a 1 minute. 1 minute. There's no bullish sign for you to even consider getting out of this trade. Just taking partials or letting it run. ISM manufacturing PMI dropping in 20 seconds. Well, now 10 o'clock, right?
Yep. So let's see what we got. Numbers are out. They are lower than expected across the board here. Construction spending negative 0.4%. So it contracted. That's a lot worse than expected. Expected to see a 0.4% growth. PMI just slightly under their target number. The ISM manufacturing slightly under. So yeah, everything's a little low. So that's going to just keep the market going lower, really. That's what we expect to happen anyways.
As Tesla's continues to drop. Pretty Bird, yes, I do watch the timing sales and the level 2. And then what do you consider a large bid or ask? 50? I think 20. Some people even have as high as 10. When they see a 10,000 unit order. What's your filter, Peter? I see people do 20,000, 10,000.
Big. Well, I actually have it over anything over 2,000 shares. I look at is what I put in my separate filter, just so I can keep an eye on any orders of any size. And it depends on the stock. Like some, it's still barely. Like I'm watching Tesla right here. Even at 2,000 shares, that time in sales is barely moving. Whereas there's so many orders that are just a couple hundred shares, even a couple of dozen shares. So it's amazing how many small orders flow through.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
PLTR did sell off after pulling back a couple of times. But yeah, now this is going to add a lot of pressure to a lot of things you can see here. Just especially Tesla. My goodness. Continues to drop here. PLTR, things bouncing a little bit here. I like Nvidia for a potential long if it can continue to hold the VWAP here back to the high of the day, but we'll have to see. Bounce time, I think things are sold off and are looking to bounce a little bit. Tesla's showing a little bit of strength, but it's still early for reversal. 10 o'clock. More like 10:30. Yeah, 10:30, and it's like when people really like the reversal stuff after 10:30.
I mean, it's early for me the way I would do a reversal, so I'm not that interested yet. But yeah, Tesla's setting up for a good reversal. We'll see what happens. Oddly, at this low of day, we didn't get any volume increase, so it may not be done going down. The way I look at it, we'll see.
AMD, CoreWeave, Pony AI. There's some really good plays today, man. It's just I didn't catch the best ones. AMD here is trying to get going. AMD might go towards the high of the day here. Looks good on the 5 minute. Looks good on the 1.
It's sort of surprisingly strong here.
Yeah.
What? Andrew's Andrew's upset that he got stopped out of AMD at the
Oh,
VWAP. He
oh,
stopped himself
damn.
out. Now
Yeah,
it's starting to move, so he just got long again. I think he might get stuck though. It looks like it's bouncing in a range. AMD can do this, so hopefully he
yeah,
doesn't revenge himself into a problem.
yeah, yeah. Nvidia never regained the VWAP, so it's just struggling. So I don't like it anymore. And Tesla, where's Tesla up to? Bit of a pullback. Like you said, it might not be done selling down here. We'll have to wait and see. QBTS, IonQ, Pony, and yeah, got a couple of things here. Not sure. New trading rule: avoid stocks. Absolutely, man. Trade Canada. Yes, yes, yes. Don't trade stocks. I trade. I like the rule. Uh, Tesla, Nvidia. Yeah, I don't see anything I like now, man. Sucks. Hims. I saw you or somebody else mention Hims earlier today, and I forgot to pull it up. Even in the pre-market, I forgot to pull it up. I know the stock has been active. Right now, we are just back and forth, below and above the previous day close. Um, I don't see a play in it right now, for me at least. But AMD might go. I like Andrew's trade here. I think AMD, like, it's staying above the V up like this. I think a nice breakout to 113.40. Who's catching the falling knife? Not me, man. I am staying I am staying out for right now.
Staying away, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But is the market selling off that much? The spies, I mean,
Mm, um, it's
I mean,
bounced here.
slow down.
We're getting a bounce. Yeah. I don't know. Andrews tried to go long Tesla here to catch a bounce.
Yeah.
It might. It might. It's just it feels a little iffy.
Oklo. How much volume do I like on Oklo and why? I mean, I don't have a specific number, but you could just tell, like, when a stock is it's a little bit spready, and when
Hmm.
the way the price is moving up and down, it's not as clean as like a Tesla or AMD. I mean, I'm not picking some bad examples because Tesla and AMD, of course, are gonna be incredible, but even like a PLTR, right? It's just trading a little bit more cleaner, tighter spread, easier to read the price action. And I don't think you're getting that with Oklo here. So, but then again, it depends a lot on your trading style. Like, for somebody, this could be amazing style of trading, the way they read the markets. But I prefer not to trade stocks that have a lower volume like this. SMCI doing some stuff. Yeah, good breakout. Things are bouncing back now. Things are bouncing back.
And just taking partials on some of his trades here on AMD and Tesla that he's long in.
Yeah,
You
AMD get the
guys are.
breakout there.
Well, if you're an open trader, there certainly was opportunity on this Monday.
Sure was, man. It sure was. Had a couple of trades I could have done very good here this morning.
Mm-mm.
Core Weave, Pony, PLTR, Nvidia. Did Nvidia get above the VWAP? No, still struggling. AMD, good. Next level having AMD's 113.87. Tesla's getting in a nice reversal here. Andrew's in on that. He's partial. He added just now. So he added here.
Yeah. Yeah, he did add back in. I'm surprised by the add back in, but he's looking for a move up to 340, he thinks, but he's not, he's willing to take the risk. He's unsure about it. Doesn't have a high degree of confidence in this one. But.
Come on, Nvidia. Nvidia is not doing anything. ALMS, what is this? Ooh. Lower price, no volume, 350. Yeah, no, gotta be careful with this one. For day trading, it could be a little bit tough. Wow, look at PLTR go. PLTR is just continuing some of the weakness here. Nvidia, AMD pulling back a bit. Tesla. Yeah, nothing I like, man. Peter, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back.
All right. Guys, I'm just watching to see where the moves are going to happen. As you probably know by now, I don't trade very much at this time of day. So, because my trades happen later in the day. In fact, this might be a good time. I said I was going to show you some trades here. Where's my journal? I was going to show you this. Friday, I don't want to. Every time I try and display charts, it messes up here. Let's do this. There it is. Oh, I can't get it. I need Carlos to get it on the full screen. All right, we'll do it when he gets back. Ta-da. And then we can talk about Friday's trade. But I had a good regret trade, and it's a good psychology examination, at least for me. And like this big move that we just saw in Tesla, you can regret these things, but what you need to make sure is you don't let it affect your next trade and affect your decision making. And that's tougher to do than it is to say. Like, it's one thing to say, oh, don't let it affect your trading. It's another thing to actually be able to sit and watch the markets and not just jump into things out of revenge or start giving a lot of your profits back if you were having a decent day up until that trade. And it can happen at any time. So Carlos, if we can, I was just talking. Whoops. Hold on a sec here. Oh, Carlos is not back. Sorry. I was clicking on the wrong thing. I thought he was back. He is not. So yeah, we'll talk about that trade in a minute here. What is the market doing? The market's settled down a little bit after the excitement of the open. Great move up on Nvidia. Great move up. A little bit of a sell-off there on Nvidia. I didn't catch either side. I haven't taken any trades today. So not that there wasn't some opportunity, but it's not my trading style, as you guys have heard me say many times if you've been here with us in the morning. Kevin, you say you're long Oakland. That's a tough long there. Going long below VWAP. I mean, could go. It's tough to say what it's going to do. Well, Raytrix, sorry to hear about that. You know what? I mean, it's the first trading day of this month of June, and there's lots of months left to go. There's always more trading to be had, so don't let it throw you too much. Whatever you've done, whether good or bad, you can always recover from it or add to it. So it's all about, constant application of discipline. Again, easier said than done, but all right, guys, I'm just watching to see what we're going to get. Tesla's halted its directional move. All right. Still watching things, just guys waiting to see where we're going to go again. Nvidia just hanging out here now. What is AMD doing? AMD got to a high of day, but didn't go much higher. We've got that CoreWeave, man. What a move up and down. It's pretty impressive. $8 move in either direction. All right. I think we may have a lull period here. Don't forget, guys, as I mentioned, there's some economic data that's coming out this afternoon. Well, more it's the speech, right? We got Fed Powell who's speaking, the Fed chair Powell. Not his name isn't Fed. Jerome Powell is going to be speaking at 1 o'clock. So those speeches, can sometimes have big market impacts depending on the questions that are asked and how it works. Sometimes they don't have much at all. So we'll have to see how this conference, sort of conversation goes. But 1 o'clock is when he starts speaking, and it depends. Again, I don't know if there's a Q&A involved in this. I'm assuming there is, but it's worth watching just in case you're trading, right, or planning a trade around that time. You need to be aware of the fact that that speech is happening because it could, obviously it could affect your trades if you're in something, good or bad, right? Depends which way the conversation goes. So. All right, so looks like Tesla is moving higher here a little bit.
All right, Peter, you take anything?
No, still just watching, as I was telling everybody, looking to see what's happening. Our directional movement seems to have paused for the moment, so that's not going anywhere. I was waiting for you to get back so that you could maybe pop me up my camera up full screen, and
Oh
then
yeah.
I can talk about that trade from Friday that we were. Because I wanted, because you were talking about the regret of um, having missed the Tesla trade today, and I had a very similar regret on Friday. So, guys, here's an example. Here's a look at. I was trying to short PLTR, and we were saying this morning, don't short a strong stock. Well, that's what I do all the time, but with a very specific strategy, right? I short strong stocks, and that's the approach that I generally take. And PLTR on Friday made a very strong move higher, and then right at the top, I managed to get a short. And actually, if I go to the next slide here, we can zoom in on that. You can see I had a first opportunity where I was trying to short it, and then I got stopped out, and that's okay. I felt it wasn't quite ready yet, but this was like a perfect setup according to my strategy. And I got short, but I had to go to the bathroom. I really did. So I waited as long as I felt I could. I put an automatic stop to say, look, I think it's gone far enough that it won't come back to my break even. Put a stop at break even and left. And oh my goodness, it was so frustrating because by the time I got back, it had stopped me out and already moved down below where I'd taken that first partial. And really, I should have put a more generous stop because, I mean, look at the move it made, right? It went from high to almost low of day again. And that was like almost an $8 move, $7 move, basically. And my stop, as you can see, was only 45 cents. So, like I was just getting such an excellent return on this trade and I got stopped out. And I was very proud of the fact that I managed to stop myself from revenge trading. Now, arguably, I could have gotten on, in this trade part way and wrote it down, but it doesn't always work that way, right? And I could very well have chased this thing and cost myself a whole bunch of entries. So while I knew I was frustrated, I took myself out of the market and didn't trade until I felt I was calm enough. And what I actually needed was a different strategy to trade. So fortunately, into the close, I have my 1 to 10, and in my 1 to 10 I was able then, if I can let me just go down here, so I had a great trade into the close that really helped me regain my confidence and close what I felt was then actually a really good Friday. For most of Friday I was feeling pretty upset at myself and angry at trading, and then I got this good trade into the close because I managed to sort of bring my head back around, take a calm trade, and this was a picture perfect 1 to 10 trades sort of into the close here, and it ended up a great trade. I made some money, and it was a good psychological activity on Friday to have managed myself the way I wanted to, right, and not have ended up with a whole bunch of red that I had to recover from, or sort of have to then really sort of earn back money that I might have thrown away. Even if I'd made money on the revenge trade, it wouldn't have helped me as much as what I actually did. Because yes, I might have made some money, but I still would have been frustrated at the loss, and I would have been thinking, yeah, but I made $10, I could have made $20, or I made 100, I could have made 400, right? Like that's the bigger value I find over time, is if you can sort of stick to your rules and know when to take yourself sort of out of place so that you can calmly come back in the market. So I was actually pretty happy with the way Friday ended up, and I just wanted to share. Like every once in a while, we'll share these trades with you just to give you an idea of what we go through. Because I bet you this resonates every time I share these things. People are like, "Hey, you're describing my day." We all do this.
Yep.
If you're a trader, this is what you go through. So
100%, man.
Yep. So hopefully that
Still
helps you
gonna.
understand. If nothing else, you're not alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm seeing a little bit of strength here in the last couple of minutes. think Nvidia
It's like
looks
Andrew. I
good.
think Andrew's out of everything. I think
Yeah,
he got out of. Well, maybe he just got back into Nvidia. He's trying to
he
ride it
did. I
higher.
like Nvidia. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's at this point ready to go higher myself, but
yeah. I would like to see the pullback here if we can, and then the push up. But he got in already. I see he's in already on this.
yeah, he's in
Um,
already.
but I like it because if you look at Nvidia, it's been just hanging here, hanging, and then finally we're getting some kind of breakout. Could be something, could not. But I've been liking this one for long, for some time. And the fact that everything's
That's,
been selling off and it's just kind of held here, I like that as well.
oh
Let's
my
see.
goodness.
What happened?
Did you? You got to pull up from our Telegram chat, Carlos.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
So,
So
everybody
I'm not
here.
sure if he's hearing us or he's out there, but we could say it now. He's posted it. It's public. Congratulations to Eamon and his girlfriend, now fiance. He proposed this weekend, and she
Wait, let
said
me get
yes.
this actually on a bigger screen. Where's my full size screen? So way to do this. Oh, here we go. There it is. Congrats, Eamon, man. Congrats,
Yeah.
congrats.
Oh my goodness, he's going to be a married man. So, you know what? I still think of Eamon. I remember when Eamon joined, and he was like a junior university student doing a medical degree, and
Yeah.
he's been with us for a while now, and he's just become an awesome trader. And
Yeah.
I'm very happy he finished his degree, even though he's not a practicing doctor at this point. He's decided instead to, he's focusing on his trading, and that's great. So, but yeah, pretty awesome. So, congrats to both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, that's great, man. I remember he was so young when he joined. I'm like, oh man, I wish I
Oh
would have
yeah,
got into trading at that age.
I know.
Because when you're that young, you could take more risk. You can bounce back quickly. Like at my age now, when you have kids, when you have a lot of responsibilities, you can't be
Oh
crazy out
yeah,
there.
you're
So
definitely more scared for
and this is
sure.
why this is important too for like a lot of people. Like don't compare yourself to other traders because the risk management, the risk tolerance is so different, so different. Like you can have
Yeah.
the same skill as somebody else, same account size, but your responsibilities might be completely different than somebody else's, right? So you can't compare yourself. Everybody's different. I can't take the risk that somebody that even my younger, you know, 15 years ago, before I had any kids, 20 years ago, could take. It's not the same. So gotta be a little more conservative. I got a little more careful. But yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Good for him. Congrats.
Yeah.
Speaking of trades, I'm in long Nvidia because we did get
Oh,
our move here, and hopefully we can get the breakout to the high of the day here. So I'm looking forward to that. Our stops 30. We're in at 136.60. I'll have to jump out like 136.10 ish. Definitely don't want to go below 136. 136.13 maybe. Should be the stop like right over here where we have all these levels. So we'll see. Let's see if it goes. I like the setup here. I think Nvidia is a long. Let's see if we can get the move that we are looking for. But yeah, man. Congrats to our buddy Eamon. All right, let's see here. Like the setup on the 5. Even the 5 looks good. Like again, not saying it's gonna work out, but I do like a couple of things I see here on this long. I mean, it just looks like it wants to get going. Would love to see it break out to 137.76. But if it does, I think it'll be slow and steady. What about Tesla? Uh, they hit the 340.
it did.
PLTR is coming back as well. A lot
Yeah.
of lot of
It's funny how
decent
Andrew does
reversals.
that a lot. He'll call a move to a level, but then he doesn't stick around for the actual move.
He'll be out way before then. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know. I know.
We've seen him do that a couple of times. Yeah.
Oh, many times. Yeah.
What do you think about Intel, INTC?
Oh, Intel. I haven't looked at Intel in a while. What
It's
is it?
been messy.
Oh, it looks ugly.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth here. But again, it's testing this area for the third time today, and you do have high highs, higher lows. If there is some kind of breakout, I think this can be nearing that point. I'll be honest though, man, it takes so much to make something out of this stock though. Like it
Hmm.
really takes a big move, man. So I don't know. I'm not sure. And you got a couple of ask piling up at 1960, so you do have some big orders. But you know what? Here's a challenge with Intel and some of these other big stocks. Look at the level two. It's stacked on both sides of the field.
Yep.
Like 1956 got a couple of orders, 1961 on the upside got a couple of orders, and then it's just stacked against the current bid
I
and ask.
find
So it's difficult.
stocks like that, Intel does this a lot. They're hard to read because
Right.
exactly what you said. There's just so many orders sitting there that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Basically, it gives you
Like
no information. There might as well be no orders. Like it just
like
doesn't.
you have this, and then you say, okay, so let's say you eliminate this, right? And you start looking at uh, the bids that are off the price. Well, you have tons over
Right.
here, and you have tons over here. So
Yeah,
there's just no
exactly.
way to. There's no benefit, at least with the level
Exactly.
two on this thing. So, all right, Nvidia, it's trying, not going yet, but trying to get going here. Um,
It's
let's see if we
trying.
can stay above the real would be nice. I call that chart. I call that the barcode chart. Yes, definitely a barcode, no question. You could probably scan that in Target and get some kind of item off that. It'll pick up something. It'll pick up some UPC number. Um, a garbage truck off of the toy section. It'll probably get you that if you scan that thing. But yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Blocked in a range. INTC coffee yet? This is coffee for what do you mean INTC coffee? INTC coffee yet? Danger hand. You gonna make me check this until I have coffee? Oh yes, yeah, that was funny. So Danger Hand is bringing out the fact that I traded Intel for the whole day, and I only made enough to like get a cup of coffee. That's how bad it is. Yes, I remember that all day. We made like I forgot the exact number, but it was very low. Our profit extremely low because it doesn't move. It does not move. Generation 8. You can't keep up with technology, man. It is just no, you really can't. I mean, you will go
Mhm.
broke keeping up with technology, and I'm one that tends to like new technology stuff because my gaming computer. One of the simulators I love is Flight Simulator, and every time they come out with Flight Simulator is the amount of power you need to work it properly is intense. So I got a 4090 last year. Before that, I had a 3090. And now they came out with a 5090. I'm like, no, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not going to upgrade. I'm not going to keep spending this money. You just can't keep up with this stuff. There's no way. I'm sure it's nice. I'm sure the game will run amazing on it, but I'm just not going to spend it. And I don't spend a lot of money, but on the stuff that I do like a lot, like high quality. Like I don't buy a lot of stuff, but the stuff I do buy I tend to be a little bit expensive. But I'm just not gonna buy it this time. I'm not doing it. Um, And now I'm seeing Intel's coming out with some new cores. I don't know. How fast can we get, Peter? How fast do we have to go here?
How fast? Yeah, well, you're getting your move finally here, so that's good.
Yeah, yep. NVIDIA. Oh, very nice. All right. NVIDIA. We got 40 cents on this. We're gonna take a partial here, guys, because I just don't. I like the move here. I just don't know if we're gonna get to the high of the pre-market. Like it's been. I mean, high of the day. So I'm gonna take a partial. Because there's been some struggles in trying to get where we need to go. Let's see here. Yeah, 4090 is good enough. You'd be surprised, man. Flight Simulator is such a bandwidth, just the amount of power you need is just incredible for Microsoft. Now, given the game is not it's not optimized, they did a horrible job optimizing it to its best. So RTX, yeah, RTX. Then for the amount of time I spend on gaming, it's like it's not worth the investment. Like,
Yeah.
hey, good morning, bro. Like the thing
Morning,
is sitting. I got a beautiful. You guys see, I got a beautiful Alienware machine. It is awesome. Like it's. I usually build it myself, but this time I just bought. I'm like, I'm not building no more. I'm tired. Just get an Alienware, and it's amazing machine. It's so powerful, but it collecting dust. It's collecting dust sitting there. It's not getting its full use.
Oh man. How was your guys' day this morning?
Uh, good now.
Good
We
now?
had a yeah.
Getting
We I
that
had a
little
getting a move on Nvidia. I got stopped out on PLTR, so that was the first move, and then my second trade now is on Nvidia long off the VWAP. So that seems to be going okay. So we got a partial now. We'll see if we can get a move here. How about you guys? Andrew had a good day. I saw his P&L. How was your day?
my day was good. I got a breakout. I took that NVIDIA breakout right at the open because it was just chomping at the bit to get the buyers were just chomping at the bit going into the open. You could just tell. And it kind of did that last little pop right in that last minute before the open. So I kind of figured it was just going to run soon as we got into the regular trading session. And then I got a nice short on Tesla um,
Mm-hmm.
around 9:45, 9:50,
What was that?
and it started to break down. And as soon as it broke through the VWAP, I took it short. I think Paris took almost the exact
Yeah,
same trade I
I
took.
heard you.
And yeah, that was the only thing I'm really
Mm.
have some serious FOMO on is this TEM.
TEM.
Man, I kept looking at it during the morning and thinking, why am I should be in this? But I kept looking and thinking, it's too late to get in.
You're
Mm.
mentioning that that was moving on Friday, wasn't it? Just TEM?
Yeah, well, it sold off
Oh
a lot.
no, maybe last
I think
week.
it sold off a lot on earnings
Right.
um, on the 28th, and then man, man, the dip buyers came in and bought that right back up.
Wow.
Anything AI
Okay.
related, I guess. I don't know what just
Cool.
happened. The Qs and the SPY took a bit of a hit there.
Carlos, put this in the chat room too, please.
Yeah, how come I can't see you? I hear you. I didn't know you're on. Hold on. But I can't see Andrew. Oh, I'm hearing you through the chat, Andrew. I'm not even hearing you through VMix, I think.
I was hearing him through vmix.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, here I am.
Oh, okay. Now I got him. All right, good.
Good,
All right,
good, good, good.
awesome.
How are you guys in YouTube?
Good, not as good as you. You it looks like you had some good trades.
I
Took advantage of
did.
the
The best one was PLTR. I had a little bit of a struggle in NVIDIA and AMD, especially AMD really bothered me, but I am very profitable for the day.
good.
That was awesome. Um,
I heard you cursing AMD.
and see, let me see, see, I tried to catch this break of high of the day and a couple of times, and it just
We're
drove
not
me
seeing the
crazy.
screen,
Like,
Andrew.
Share your
huh?
screen, Andrew. Share your screen on
Uh,
Zoom.
you are not seeing my screen, or the chat room does, but all right. So do you see me now?
There he is. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. Um, yeah, so that was an issue, unfortunately, with AMD, but eventually it turned out to be very profitable for me. In terms of profit, it was pretty awesome. The PLTR was the best one, and I still have VO, VCLT, and TQQ. But the main thing that I try to really catch is breakout in AMD, but it just kept stopping. Eventually went to, I think eventually it's gonna go to 114, but it just drove me crazy. How was trading on YouTube, guys?
It was good. It was
Well,
good. We had a
yeah.
one retro on PLTR, but then one good one here on Nvidia. We're still in this, looking for the high of the day, so we'll see if we can get that. But other than that, good trading.
Um, by the way, a couple of news. Ayman is traveling. He proposed to his
Yeah.
girlfriend, and she said yes. I don't know why, but she said yes. So
That's
He's a
so
great guy,
cold.
that's why.
yeah, because I was going to fire Ayman, so
You can't do
she
that
has no
now.
idea that he's gonna. Oh yeah, watch me.
No, no, no. You can't fire him if they got married, man. That's bad
Oh,
luck.
watch me. Uh, no, but
She's gonna be
I want to.
a woman.
Uh, so he actually posted something on X. So let me actually bring. I don't know if I can actually bring it here. Let me see. It's a little bit tricky with the. So you see that in the chat room, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's his girlfriend. I don't know how he actually could lock down such a beautiful girl with his face, but I'm just curious. Look at that beautiful girl that he locked down. Um,
There you go.
yeah, that's
Congrats, winner.
congratulations to him. Lucky.
You gonna
Um, but no, that's if you are in touch with Amen, just send him a note. Um, I can't wait until divorce proceeding starts very soon. But no, but in all jokes, I'm very, very happy for him, and it's all really nice. Paris did a really nice trade. I know, I don't know if I send it to you. Paris also did a very nice trade on Tesla, short Tesla. Paris is a really good trader. He traded short on the from here just to previously close. I think Brian, you cut this short as well here, yes?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. He and I did almost exactly the same trade there. I think he got in a little bit early on that re-challenge of the of previous day close and failure there. I kind of waited till we lost the VWAP.
yeah.
So
Um,
yeah, overall, not a bad trading day. Tesla's testing low of day right now. We seem to be kind of settling into a bit of a range. see if Tesla can hold this level here at S4, 335, 30.
Um,
There is, there is a big order at 335 just waiting to get filled here. I think it's going to drop there, maybe.
on Tesla,
Yeah.
I already did a reversal on Tesla. Now it's getting to S4 335. Now I don't want to go long on it because then this is very
Yeah.
important, guys. When this sell-off was happening, this was quite extended. So S4 could have been a really nice bounce, but this one is now not that extended. Sorry, not that extended. So slowly going now. Let me actually share my real time screen as well into chat room for the people who see that because the YouTube could be a little bit delayed. So I don't like the bounce now. If it breaks below S4, I might actually do something around 333 or that area, but I'm not really keen to take a bounce now.
It's definitely in a downtrend. It needs to find a bottom here. It could be a double bottom, but usually I like to see when I'm playing double bottoms, I usually like to see the second bottom a little sooner. This second bottom is happening almost 45
Logan
minutes after
said with
this
oil
first bottom.
prices down, there's a risk of lower production, capital investment by energy companies.
You can hear Benzinga now.
Crude getting a little pop here.
You can? Is it through my channel?
Yeah, it's coming through your mic.
I think so.
It's very interesting because in the chat room it doesn't come, but I can stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know.
that's the example of it for you guys. It's okay. That's an example because I think on the chat room you get it from the background. So that's an example. If you go to trading terminal /news, that's an example of the news that you're hearing. I actually turn it on so you guys can hear the people who don't use.
That there will be no Rand said no nuclear deal.
Do you see that? So quick news. There's actually a real person reading this. So it's very interesting for those of you who want to actually have access to this. I found it interesting. The only reason that I'm stopping it now is because it's confusing for the show. But as a trader, it's not really that confusing. Awesome. Tesla, yes, it is a double bottom. But the problem, yeah, and it did bounce back from S4 exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did turn out to be double bottom. But I was hoping that maybe break down of
RB Rambo shares halted again at the highs for circuit breaker, Romeo Victor Yankee Lima.
I'm gonna stop that.
Yeah, I mean, double bottoms are really they're good trades. They're good trades if you see them. I mean, they're because you can pretty well define um, once it starts to bottom, you can pretty well define where you're going to stop out. Um, so in terms of where we might be going here, could be coming up to 338. So for a 30 or 40 cent risk, you could be looking at a couple of bucks. So the risk to reward would have been pretty good here.
For a reversal on Tesla, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't take it. I've had a good day. I don't want to overtrade. TEM is finally pulling back a bit. Hmm.
What's TQQ doing? Hey, I have a question for you guys. For those of you who do the options, I had a covered calls of TQQ at 70, and on Friday at 4 p.m. closed exactly at 70. Does it does covered calls get called, or it's based on the opening price of Monday that it executes?
So when did they expire?
Friday, well, the Friday was the expiry date, and it closed right at
Okay.
70.00.
And it traded right at your strike?
Yeah, exactly right on my strike price. So I mean, I
Okay.
closed it before, but I was wondering if I still had the covered calls, would I have been called away or no? There was no point of
Yeah, you could have been. Yes, you could have been.
yeah,
Depends. Feel to me, it feels like it depends on what the market maker. Because if if you I've seen calls get covered, um, even though it closed below the strike price, and it went because it went up after market a little bit. So I think it's better to yeah, exactly. So I think it's better if you're to even if it's costs you a couple bucks, it's better to cover them if you don't want to be called
yeah.
away on
I
your
called it
position.
before, but I was wondering what's going to happen because it just closed right at 70.00, like literally like
Yeah,
TQQ. If you go to TQQ right now, the previous day close, I'm going to show it to you. So the TQQ previous day close, look at that. You can see on my screen like 70.00, like literally on my covered calls.
yeah.
But I covered it before
See,
for profit, but I was wondering what happens.
I would have definitely covered them if I didn't want that position to be called away. I mean, if your calls were at 70 and the price was closing at 69, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But when it's really close, it's you can easily get called away.
Yeah.
It looks like SPY is going to try to go green again here.
So the market is seems that is going up. So this week, what's going to happen this week? Let's review actions that we have this week. If you go to the webinar room, uh, Carlos, do you have a hotkey that from this cropped space go to full screen or no?
Yeah, I
Is
can
it
go
an
to full
easy
screen.
change? No, is it an easy change on YouTube or it's you have to drag and drop?
I could do it. No, now it's a drag and drop. But I
But
could
can
do
you
it.
do?
You want to switch to full screen now?
I think if you have an option that quickly go to full screen, that would be really good. If you can create such a hotkey with the with vMix, because sometimes I want to show some stuff on full screen and go back and forth between these two. Do you think you
Yeah,
can
we
do
could do
that?
it. We could do it. Yeah, we could set it up.
Yeah, set it up in a way that sometimes you switch in a full screen instead of just drag and drop. Um, but overall, because I want to show, for example, the webinars that we have. Like if you guys come to the webinar room, there is a stable schedule. Like today, Avi, I think, is sick today, but a lot of people who are trading using Das Trader Pro, and this platform is very powerful platform, but can be a little bit sophisticated. So what you can do is you can come at 12 p.m. Brandon is our master Das, so he's gonna use that one. And then at 8 p.m., Carlos is having the onboarding session. So everybody who wants to see how the community is, and I think that one is open to everybody. You just have to pay $1 to make sure that you're not a bot. So open to everybody. So that's what I would recommend to a lot of traders that you think if you're already trading, this session is really good. Avi, unfortunately today I think it's sick. It doesn't do that. But for a lot of new traders, even with $1, I think you should be able to have access to this class. And the Carlos walks you through everything that you need for your trading. So that's the webinar room. And then on Tuesday, we have Phil for a small options account and Nathan for trading with Bookmap. And then tomorrow, we have options strategy with Jared. So at 8 p.m., these are all for elite members. So if you want to join us, guys, these are the path that you can actually join us. Perfect.
All right.
Thanks, Carlos.
Actually, I think we have. I think we spoke about this before. Because look, I do have one, so we can go full screen and.
Oh, really?
Screen,
Oh,
so.
perfect.
Yeah, we do. So we do have a
go.
hotkey. I forgot about it. All right.
That's awesome. Because that's important. Because sometimes I want to show you,
Yeah.
like, for example, let me show. I think Paris did a really nice trade. Let me find the Paris trade. And by the way, these are for the people who want to see, again, go full screen. Everybody who wants to see where the news is, this is the trading terminal news. You can click on that logo. If you're in the chat room, you can actually get into the trading terminal news page, and you can see the Benzinga squawk. And again, it's a paid fee, so we are not allowed to publicly share this link, but that's also the link. So for those of you who want to look for such a thing. And let me see now, go for Paris. Paris did a really nice. Paris, are you here? If you're here, oh, here, that's the trade of Paris. Let me show you again full screen, Carlos. On YouTube, you guys can see that he did a really, really nice short here. I don't know how he cut this one really nice all the way up to below S3. Amazing.
So a question about how you avoid trading low floats. Just don't put them up on your screen is the best way. Don't look at them when you're creating your trading plan in the morning, and don't have them up on your screen. That's the easiest way to avoid trading them.
Yeah, it's very important.
I mean,
That's why our scanners have the filter of nothing less than $5. I'm sure there are some opportunities below $5 that we could trade, but I just put the scanner that I don't want anything below $5 into my and also our funded account. So in our funded accounts, we have this rule that you're not allowed to trade under $5 for your own benefit, because I don't want people to blow up accounts all the time. You pay $1,000 and you blow it up, in the first day. So I want you to learn. And again, Carlos, go to full screen here. This is our funded account program that you guys can go, and we had some really successful traders. I paid a lot of profits through this program that you can actually have 3 months of simulator with options data and everything, and trade live for 3 months. And then, potentially you can get this big check from our community up to $15,000. So we have another trader that is finishing this week. Is going to be really, really, I think, close to $15,000 trader, 590. It would be amazing. Yeah. We also have the PCT. PCT comes with a funded account. And again, the goal here is to put an environment for you to sweat about it and close a simulated environment that actually bring the psychological element in there as well. So this is the link, for you guys if you want to consider that. I think it's very good. If you're trying to go live soon, go through this one first. Open your account, fund your account, but don't start trade. Go through this one time and see how you feel before you actually start putting your family money, your savings in there. I know it's very tempting. I know, you see, oh, Andrew made this much, Avi made this much, Brian made this much. What about me? I know, but resist the temptation for your own good. We tried in the community. The number one thing that we want to do is save you from yourself. Sai is asking, what is the rationale in capping the funded account? The rationale in that is obviously if somebody comes and make $50,000, it's just I can't pay $50,000. The rationale is to make sure that if there's a really good trader, I have to be able to secure myself, because we had traders that make like $20,000-$30,000 in a month. Like I think Anthony made over $25,000, but he was capped at $15,000. So someone like him, he should go live trading. He shouldn't come through this program. That's why we capped it. Well, most wealthy people you can, because in 3 months, if $12,000 accounts double of it, I mean, it's a pretty good return. It's a very reasonable return for $12,000 accounts, make it to $15,000 profit. So, yeah, you can open 10 funded account and trade them all at the same time. But why would you want to do that? Like um, yeah, you can trade leverage products. I think, yeah, Farhana. And that's why I want you to trade these kind of things in it, because I want you to see the danger of leverage. So the most important part here is that you are trading on leverage. We allow you to trade on leverage because you want to see what's the weapon of mass destruction these leverage products are. Like you all have seen my big
I'll
losses on
say,
leverage products.
hmm.
Warren
Yeah,
Buffett
okay,
had
hello
these
kind of
quotes
did.
about three
Yeah,
L's.
kind of. Yeah, OKLO kind of did a double bottom at 10 and 10.15.
All right, so it looks like the market is it's going up, huh?
Yeah, the Qs and the SPY just went green again.
Yeah.
So we're back at high of day, pretty close.
All right, guys. So it's 11 right now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna hand it over, guys. Thanks on YouTube. I think
Hey,
coming to the chat room.
Andrew.
Yes. Hey,
Right.
Paris, how are you, buddy?
Good.
Hey, good
How
morning.
are you?
Great trade on Tesla. How's Vancouver treating you?
So, the funny thing, why I did Tesla today, like why it performed so well, because I did not sleep.
Why you didn't sleep?
So that's why I performed much better.
Oh, that's why you're asleep. Yeah, I know. Well, now that you have family here, I hope that you come here more, then you make more money.
Yes. This timing zone is the biggest challenge, but yeah, I'll be visiting more often.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. All the best. So we'll hand it
Perfect.
over on YouTube to Mr. Paris. And
All right.
Thor is going to the chat room, guys. Ciao.
Awesome.
Yeah. See you guys.
Thank you.
Hope everyone had a good morning. See y'all later. Hey, Apple breaking out. Let's take a look. Paris, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. I was bought a second-hand car for my brother, helped him get the registration and all that
Nice.
done. Then was mostly trying to help my brother set up his stuff. So busy with
Good.
that.
When are you heading back?
Next weekend, next Sunday. But let's meet before that.
Okay. Yes,
Brian,
for sure.
yeah, I'll send you a Telegram message. I have something.
Okay. You and I did almost exactly the same trade on Tesla. You got in, I think, a bit earlier than I did. But
Yeah, yeah, and
yeah,
you
I
did it
love
through
I love you,
auctions too.
Tesla.
So yeah.
Yeah. All
Nice.
right.
Yeah, no,
I'll
I'm
let you
very
go.
happy. And I was very activated too this morning because I didn't sleep. I was not in a, I just took a shower and I feel like so fresh right now. I'll sleep later, but so far, so good.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Brian.
Hey, Paris, share your screen online when you get a chance.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me share my screen right now. I am fresh as nothing. Let me. Do you see that on my face, guys? That I'm fresh?
We got you full screen to check. What is it so
Okay.
fresh and so clean, like the song?
Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's the benefit of not sleeping. So this seems to be working for me. See, can you tell that I did not sleep the whole night? French. Okay, so I got a really nice trade on Tesla, and let's talk about things that why I did it. I traded a couple of other things as well. I traded PLTR at the open, and I was short biased on PLTR. That sucker did not give the move that I was looking for. I did made profit on it, but this is the move that I was looking for uh, on PLTR. But the I was thinking of shorting here for the third time as well, but then I shorted Tesla, which worked out really nice for me exactly at that moment. But I was more biased on PLTR, and I'll tell you the reason why, and we'll talk about it today. There are a few things that I wanted to talk about. One was on the my thesis behind PLTR and Tesla. Once that is done, and then I also traded AMD. I shorted AMD one time, stopped out, second time it worked, and then it stopped me out at break even. And then random, yeah, two trades on Nvidia, one break even and one break even as well. Did not make a lot of money either. So I did trade. I took like 6 or 7 trades, but the major trade that worked out really well for me was Tesla, and PLTR also worked out really nice from shorting from 134 to 132. That was a $2 drop. But I was thinking of the low of the day as my major area. So let's talk about two major theses that I had on Tesla and PLTR. So let's talk about PLTR first. And the reason, let's look at this one. So let's look at the daily chart for PLTR. Let me see if I can get the Epic pen here. Yeah, 1 second. Adrian, what did I do in the night? Uh, things that I can share. Okay, so let's in YouTube at least. Uh, so let's uh, so let's look at the daily for here. So when you look at daily, one thing that caught my attention was uh, this 134 area. This is basically just a breakout of 134, close to 134. This was the all-time high or something. Let's see, was it a all-time high? Yeah, that was an all-time high. So 134 was the all-time high that I was thinking that PLTR would hit, and we'll see how the PLTR, and the reason I wanted the PLTR to pull back was because of how it traded at the later part of the day yesterday. So if you look at it, PLTR actually popped from 124, what rallied really hard to 131, closed at the highs, and then it did a pullback and then broke another high to 134. So from 124 to 134 in a very short time frame, literally like from 1 p.m., 1 to 3, 3 hours and another 1 hour, which is 4 hours, it moved $10 and $10, which is close to 10%. And that 10% move has to, come through a pullback. And that pullback, what I was thinking was, a stock cannot go just straight up or straight down. It has to go in cycles. It goes up, holds up higher, goes up, and holds up higher. So that's the whole intention of the stock, the way these stock moves. And when there are two things. So 134 was the area. there were two things I was interested in. 134, if it rejects, I would short it. If it holds, if that 134 area, if it's not showcasing strength, if it's not showcasing weakness, if it's showcasing much more strength on the dollars because it could be a valid breakout, when things get extended, the chances of a valid breakout goes low and low. If the stock was actually consolidating very close to 134 and then it breaks out, then the chances of a valid breakout is very high because 134 is an all-time high. But with the way stock performed in a day or a matter of 4 or 5 hours was that the buyers bought at 124 and at 134 the buyers would be all exhausted. So the chances of a 134 breakout, for me, it is very low because the buyers would have already spent all their energy to move from 124 to 134. The chances of having another new set of buyers is very low. It has to come up with a pullback. 134 pulls back to maybe 130 area and then consolidates higher later in the day. And then it might even think of going break the 134. But at a first move is when things get extended, the chances are very, very low. Like 90 out of 100 cases, it would pull back before, or even 95 out of 100 cases. So it's a very short trade, but your entry is going to matter a lot, right? Because the probability is very high, but if you don't time your entries well, you tend to uh, miss out on that trade. And that's exactly same thing happened with me at the open. So when you zoom in, uh, and if you look at this area, so now let me go into a 1 minute chart. Why was PLTR on my uh 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 what do you call, why did I put PLTR on my thing? It was because of volume. It was had a great volume in the pre-market, and PLTR has been played for a past months or so, and it's just been in play. And I only am doing a travel screen. I know how PLTR is doing, so I only can watch 2 or 3 stocks at a time. So I had Tesla, Nvidia, and PLTR on my watch list today, and they trade pretty well because they have been in play. And PLTR, again, with a catalyst and a technical catalyst where it was a chance of breaking out all-time high, that's where it was another in play. So if you look at this thing, now let me zoom in here. Now let's see here. If you see here, that 134 was the area that got rejected right here. And once it gets rejected, and this is where I was thinking that this would basically go sell off, hold here, and then go down right here and goes to 131, break the low of the day, and then go lower to 130. So 130, I was thinking that 130 is a decent enough pullback. And then it did not. There was a momentum, there was a tape that sold off. They slammed the bids and they were trying to push the price down, but it did not drop. And I shorted it and immediately was bought back up and I got stopped out. Then I was like, okay, 134 is still intact. Let me see what happens at 134. Then what happens in the next candle is that it tried to break 134, traps a lot of people who want to go long, and then slams the bids again. So once it slams the bid again, that's when I was like, okay, now it has a chance to drop. And if it holds here, right at this area, and then it goes lower and then lower and lower. That's exactly what my thinking was. So and once I shorted it, I was like, okay, if it pulls back here at this area, it is a great area to add more for another lower this thing. Nowadays, with algorithms and AI in place, I never used to see all like a complete major pullback uh, to the highs before it starts selling off. But nowadays, I'm starting to see this pattern with they would basically revert to the highs before they start selling off again. So usually what used to happen in the past was it would go up here, come to the area of resistance, try to trap a lot of people and then reject really hard. But nowadays, it's what's happening is when a pattern, when a character of a stock has changed, it is starting to come back up, trap a lot of people. All the shorts get trapped as in like I got stopped out, as you can see, and then it would go back to its same direction. And and this is where you have to start adapting to it. You have to start, the more times than not, you would start seeing it. You will have to incorporate or update your playbook accordingly. Because as according to my playbook, it should basically reject here and then come back down. And because the character of a stock has changed, it should not come back up and change the character again. So once that happens, then you have to start adapting to the markets. And this is what adapting means, to be honest. So this, once you are trying to trade your playbook and you keep getting stopped out on your very good trades, then you start questioning yourself, what is going wrong? How are things? Was my thesis wrong? Did the stock just wick me out every single time? Or how is the stock trading at this point of time? And then change your playbook to incorporate that. The next time when I'm gonna trade it, I'm gonna give, maybe my stop loss or my even add would be at a later stage, and my stop loss would be at the high of that candle, usually like the high of the day. That's how I would incorporate it. But again, it's the nature of the market to be to be random in these cases. So you still have to manage your risk, and that's exactly how I would do it. I would add more, stopped out, break even, and that's exactly what my break even point was. I still made money because I was thinking that it would, because this is the area it could have easily did an A, B, C, D pattern. This is a A, B, and C, and then popped up because the I was going against the trend. And yeah, it did not uh, uh, what do you call it? It popped up and then continued to go down. I was thinking of shorting again here, but I shorted Tesla back then. It really worked out really nice. So so PLTR was a mess because I wanted to catch that move to 130. But my thesis was, again, I'm happy with the way that the thesis was I made, and it worked out as planned. Now let's look at Tesla. What do you mean by second thesis, Sarah? Uh, so yeah, two theses about, like, so one, yeah, good. So thank you. So PLTR, the two thesis was, one of I was more biased on the short side on shorting the 134, but the second thesis was if it holds the 134. And 134 is an important level because it's breaking the high of the day, high of all-time high. So if it breaks out like this and consolidates above 134 right here, and even right here, like if this was consolidating right here around 133, 134 for a little more time, then my thesis would have changed to the long side than on the short side. I wouldn't short that stock at any case. So you have to have both sides of the plan. Like, what happens? What if the stock did not sell off immediately? It just holds at that price. But the risk reward was much higher on the short side than on the long side. And the reason is the stock had more room to go on the short side than on the long side, because the stock has, as I was talking about, right? The stock has already moved from 134 in a matter of 4 hours. So I wouldn't have been going bigger size on PLTR on a long, but I would go heavy size on a short on PLTR. That's how I would plan my trades. Yeah, Adrian. Yeah, Tesla. Let's look at Tesla now. So, so first of all, I wasn't expecting Tesla to move this much. I was only expecting Tesla to go to 340. Uh, and uh, like worst case scenario 335. And I'll tell you the reason why. That was a worst case scenario. Uh, so let's look at daily first. So daily, the way the stock behaved on a daily is the stock was holding 220 range, 220 and 290. Every single time it came back to 220, it bounced at 220, and then 290 eventually broke after like 2 months right here, and then it actually broke, and now it's holding at a higher price. So it broke out, and then what is it doing? Let me zoom in. So let me zoom here. If you see here, it was holding the 335 and 350, this area. So every single time it rejected 350, it was bought back at 335, rejected 350, bought back at 335, and then this was the time it broke the 350, and then here is the time if it's a valid breakout or not. So here it confirmed that it closed above 360, was a valid breakout, and then it tried to hold the 360 and 355 area. And on Friday, it sold off really hard at this point. And once it sold off, understand the nature of the sell-off. Once you understand the nature, right, you will be in a much, much better shape. So when I say nature, now let's zoom in into a 1 minute or a 30-minute chart uh, on Tesla. So let's look at Tesla. So on a 30-minute chart here, if you see this stock, it sold off in the later part of the day on Friday, pulled back and sold off again on Friday, right? So this is first of all, this is a signal of weakness. Now it was gapping down, it was pulling back. So this is the exact area where I am interested in. This is the exact area. Why? Because it tried to bounce here, but it closed at the lows. It was gapping down, and this is a perfect pullback trade. So 346, 345 area was a very interesting area for me because it's the resistance or the support now becomes the resistance. First reason why I was more short biased. And then again, 350 was the area that I was on a daily, I had thing on plotted on my chart, but once it rejected 350 in the later part of the day, and now it was gapping down by a lot. So it was gapping down 340 and then pulling back to 347. It could have easily gone to 350, but the thing is, 346, 347 was the area where I was interested because that's the area of support that has now become a resistance. So that's one thing on why I was more interested on that area. Second reason is let's look at another reason for it. Now let's look at SPY, guys. So if you look at SPY, what happened on Friday on SPY was when a stock market sold off on SPY on Friday, like this is the very area where stock market sold off, and Tesla sold off too. But on Tesla, what you saw was it pulled back and sold off again, completely against the SPY. SPY, what it did was a complete V reversal and even closed at the highest right here. So what does it tell you? Like what indication does it tell you compared to SPY versus Tesla? Can anybody tell me on YouTube? I've used this term multiple times on YouTube. If people watch me on YouTube or something, Yeah, it's weak, but there is a term that I use. Relative weakness. Great, Diego. Thank you. So the weakness is there, but it's relative to something. So weakness is SPY was strong, but compared to SPY, Tesla was relatively weak from the overall market. And that basically tells you that Tesla has a relative weakness to it. I don't know what the reason of the weakness is. I don't care about the reason of weakness, but I can tell that if entire market is going up, and if Tesla is on that day is not going up, that means Tesla has that relative weakness. And once that happens, uh, 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 so once that happens, that's my indication, another indication that I would love to be short biased on Tesla because I see that relative weakness on the stock. Now, anomaly is usually referred in terms of volume, FOMOFO. And I would want to capture, and it can be considered anomaly too, to be honest, like relative weakness is a part of an anomaly. But I usually refer anomaly in terms of volume, that if the volume is not matching with or if it is a sustainable volume versus non-sustainable volume. If it's a non-sustainable volume, then you actually wanna, it's considered as an anomaly. So now let's look at the execution on Tesla. Now, once you see this Tesla at the open, if you see, it was relatively very strong, right? Now, what do I see here is now I'm going to talk about anomaly. So now, all big picture thesis is on one place, but execution is a completely whole another game. So you can be perfectly right on your thesis, but if you don't know how to execute well, that becomes a challenge, right? So how do I execute it? I have the area, I have the thesis, I'm short biased, and I do have there's one more thing that I missed on the daily was when the stock sold off, it actually claimed back the range. So when I see this, like 350 and 335, this area, 335 and 350, so if the stock is back in that range, I want to trade that range. So I would love to trade the 350 and 335. That's it. This is exactly it. Now I'll see what happens at 335. That's a different question. But I would love to trade the range. Like if it's back in the range, I would trade the range. And I would like to be on the top of the range, shorting it, and I would like to be at the bottom of the range, buying it. So 335, I think that's exactly what Andrew was talking about. He calls it as the S4 level. I call it as a support level. And that support is a strong support level because 335 has proven in the past multiple times that it acts as a very strong support. So that's exactly, you can trade around at any given day. Now let's see how execution works. Man, I'm so active today. I feel so different in the past for the first time in 2 weeks that uh, it's amazing. Most of the time I'm like half sleep. So let's look at this one. Okay, so now let's look at the execution. So my idea is I'm not here to capture the top or the bottom. My idea is that I really want to capture the real meat of the move. And how do I capture the real meat of the move after I get a confirmation? So here, if you see the stock at the open, at the tape was very bullish, and I was looking for areas to short it, and I was looking for maybe if it goes to PDC and reject it. What I was thinking initially was that it would go to PDC and reject it, and that's what I would wanna short it. Uh, and it did not reject PDC, so it popped up, and I was thinking I'll find some rejection here. it did showcase a rejection, but it then again popped up. I was like, okay, my thesis is not aligning, so I'm not gonna touch it. But then what happens is now what I want to see is if the stock is strong and it popped up like that, and if it's holding like this here, I would wanna this should hold. The PDC level should hold 346. And then 346, 347 were the areas that I was interested in because that was the area of interest, that was the area of resistance. So when it came back here, and then it came, now what I want to see is now let's zoom in a little bit more. And what do I want to see is I want to see a good volume price analysis confirmation. Like if a stock is strong, like if you see here, let's see the bottom of the chart. If you see the volume, the buying volume on this area is higher than if you see here, than the selling volume, right? So the selling volume is lower than the buying volume, which is a good indication that the stock is continues to go ahead at the higher prices. And that's the confirmation that the stock can continue to rally because the buyers are higher than the sellers, and that usually leads to a price on the upside. So there is no reason for me to get into that stock, but I need to start seeing a change in character. Now, how do I understand there is a change in character of a stock? So now what one way to understand is this support. This was the area that was the support, right? It breaks the support and now it sells below the support. Now, what happens when it breaks the support on the downside? The support becomes the resistance. That's one number. But do I want to take that trade just based on that? Again, yes, that's an important point. That's an important thing, but it's a very short-term resistance and support, right? It's not a long-term resistance like 335 and 350 were a long-term resistance, which are important value, but it's a very 1 minute chart support and resistance. So I don't put a lot of value to it. But what what I started seeing was that the selling volume was now increasing than the buying volume. Now, if you see the buying volume that came in later, which after that, which made me take a short, was very low right here. This buying volume. So what does this mean? What does it tell me is that the buyers who are trying to go and break for the new high, they're not even there. There are no new buyers who want to break to the highs. And if I see a single bit of takeover by the sellers, then I can capture a really big move on the downside. And I was also short biased because this is exactly at the area that I was interested in. So long big picture thesis is aligning with my short-term thesis, is aligning to my short-term support and resistances, and is also aligning with the volume price analysis. And now it's the final thing is the tape. And once I start seeing that aggressive selling on the tape, I'm going to short the hell out of it. So once these things align together, that's what you call as a one good trade. That's what it would align you as, that's where help you to capture that real big meat of the move. So yeah, and then that's when I started scaling out. I don't know. I was looking only for break of low of the day and 340. By 340, I was out 80% of my position. I wasn't holding, uh, I wasn't expecting it would go to 335 in a very short time frame. I was thinking maybe it would hold right here, and then maybe later part of the day it would go here because this was a very quick move on the downside. And then the remaining 20%, the way how quickly it came into 335, that's exactly what I completely got out when just sellers just spewed. This was the area where the sellers spewed, and I just got out completely, and I ran out of shares as well. So that was my trade and my thesis behind these stocks. Well, yeah. So hope that makes sense, guys. Like these things are very important to understand, and and how you can capitalize on those trades. Okay, so that is it. And so Nvidia is, what is Nvidia though? Yeah, Nvidia did not happen. I was AMD. Yeah, AMD is back around this area. Yeah, Nvidia AMD today, it's like this is usually a good sign when a stock is breaks out at the open, like here, it breaks out at the open. And this, if this would have happened in 134, then usually it's a good sign. And it's not a good sign for today, it's a good sign for tomorrow or the day after. So if you see here, it's holding this area 112.50. And if it's able to hold for the rest of the day, then this becomes a very important level. Like this would, because this is where it would, all the buyers are trying to buy at these levels, 112.50. It would try to pop up and then buy again. And if tomorrow, if it comes back up and gaps up a little bit and then pulls back to 112.50, and that's where it would start seeing some additional buyers for another break of high, break of the, I don't know what the daily is. So Ratrix, no, that the course is only specific to on the trading terminal, and it doesn't come with the BBT Elite membership. And yeah, so because it's only specific to the tape reading and how to read the tape and how to get the thing. So I definitely expect people who are at least have a little bit of experience to, like, they understand the price action, they understand what support and resistance are, they understand the basics, because I don't cover basics. It's an advanced course. So I don't cover basics in that particular course. And I expect you to understand it. So if you have at least 3 to 4 months of experience of understanding the basics on it, then it would be a good place to, get exposed to tape reading. But if you're very new, do not buy it. It's gonna just bounce over your head and you're not gonna get it. And I want you to get value out of it. And I think everybody is a good trader. You might, like, a lot of people hate me. A lot of people I see in the chat room on Thor and everybody. Uh, Guys, it's everybody is a trader, and we are doing it for you for the passion of trading. We don't get paid for anything, and we are honest and transparent with whatever we do. It's just the passion of trading that, and adding value to the community to be able to share our trades and showcase what we do, how we do, so that others can get better out of it. And everybody is a different trader. Like, I cannot be Thor and he cannot be me. Everybody has a different strengths and weaknesses. And the amount of patience Thor has, I don't think I'll ever be able to be that patient as Thor is. And he has a very defined pattern of trading. And if it doesn't work out for you, it doesn't mean that uh, that person becomes hateable. So in my humble opinion, Ratrix, the both of them provide a different uh, benefits. Depends on what you're looking for. The tape reading course is only is gonna give you expose you to the tape reading concepts and how you can apply that in real time. BBT's benefits are completely different. You get an overall community experience, plus you have additional value add sessions that happen on a daily or a weekly basis, and depends on what you're looking for, right? So if you wanna, if you have certain experience under your belt and you already have access to the community, friend circle, and some things that you already have, then tape course works best for you. But if you do not have that, and if you want to be a part of the continuous learning and community, then BBT membership works best for you. So it depends on what you are looking for. Oh, thank you, Sam. Yeah, sure, Sarah. So if you look at Tesla, right? If you see here, Tesla on Friday sold off just exactly how SPY did, like just like SPY. But when it came to bouncing, Tesla did not even revert to 50% pullback of the sell-off. Did not even come here, not even 50%. Now let's look at the same thing on SPY. Now see SPY sold off right here, just like how Tesla did, sold off, and then Tesla only came back here around this area. But SPY did a complete reversal and closed at the highs. And that tells you something. When the entire market is going up, but one stock is not showcasing that strength, that means something. And that means relative weakness overall on that stock. So once you get that information, so what does it mean? That the buyers were very aggressive on the SPY on the market, but they were not that aggressive on Tesla. Ideally, they should have been at least maybe close to the highs, or maybe at least move 50%. If it's not doing that, that showcases that the sellers were aggressive and the buyers were not even there to pull the price up. And you can use that information. Yeah, and I think you don't need a lot of edge in the market, to be honest. Like one thing that made sense to me when I started trading was breakouts. I love trading breakouts, and not at the breakout. I like trading before the breakout happens. And that's beauty of the tape. I think in the past, I always used to enter at the breakout or at the retest uh, of the breakout. But as and when I got more experienced with tape reading, I started entering much more than like in my past trades. What I would do is on Tesla, I would wait for a breakout until this point. Like this would be the breakout of the low of the day. Like this is the area. I would enter here. And most of the time, what it would happen, it would bounce from here, pull back, and I get stopped out, and then it would go again. So, and I had to, risk a lot to be able to manage my position. And then as and when I got better with tape reading and timing those entries and exits, I started getting in way more earlier to increase my risk reward. I was always trading breakouts. But the way you trade it depends, if it would have break out like this, pulled back around here, I would have added more. People who see me day in, day out, I like adding uh, at these areas. So Nvidia is actually coming back up. So this is what I was talking about. This is a powerful signal. When it tries to hold at these top areas, I think PLTR might be breaking out too. Not PLTR, sorry. AMD. Yeah, see, when it tries to hold these 112.50, 150, this becomes a very important level. And it would go again to 113.50, 114, and then try to hold it. Let's see what daily is for AMD. Oh, daily is. Oh, wow. AMD has a lot of room to go up, to be honest. Yeah, AMD has a lot of room to go up. So, Moodster, I always start my trade as a scalp. But the only thing is, my intention is to capture the meat of the move. Uh, Usually you'll not see me, like for example, Nvidia today, right? I always start my this. If you see here, this trade with this short that I did right here at this point, it was a scalp. I was looking for it to drop, and this was the breakout area. I was expecting it would fail the breakout area and then go lower. So I started as a scalp, scaled out here, but I don't give a lot of room once it starts going against me. So I have to get stopped out at break even. So, and I start as a scalp, but my intention is always to capture that meat of the move. And what I was thinking was if Nvidia breaks out below this support area, like 136, and if it could go to the low of the day, it could go to the PDC. So 135 area, I was thinking it could easily go there if it breaks to the 136. But it doesn't have to, so it's always a scalp. And I maybe I made you know, 50, $60 right here in this area because even like that 5% exits uh, doesn't do much. And then if it dropped up, and I don't really usually when it comes and break out at break even, I don't usually make any money, like 50, $100, and that's nothing. But it usually keeps me, you're hitting the bases until you capture that real big meat of the move. TEM, what is TEM? Tempest. Oh, what is going on with this stock? Holy crap. So 555 and currently at 65. Man. What's the news on TEM? Yeah, now I feel a little sleepy. I took a shower too. Oh, you took the third leg. First leg, second leg, third leg. Nice. So it's gonna break 65. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using Epic Pen. So Sarah, good summarization, but it's not just high volume on the stocks in play. So high volume is one of the criterias, but I also look at if what's the catalyst behind them and all of that. If it's usually a stock that has a good catalyst, will have higher relative volume. So if the relative volume is more than one, I would definitely be interested in that. But yeah, all the other, like I look at daily and weekly and then eventually trade breakouts and trade around the tape. Yes. Yeah, SPY broke out of the BDC. Oh, SPY broke out the high of the day as well. What did this company do? Tempest AI. Oh, maybe AI. Just because of AI. Hey, Sharon, how are you? Are you in APLD? Oh, APLD. I was watching this APLD. This had a very high volume. Oh man, it is at 10. Wow. Okay. Yeah, APLD had a really good volume this morning. What's a Pelosi stock? Tempest AI. Yeah. PLTR. So we were, when did the trading summit happen? Trading summit happened around March, right? Wow. Okay, guys, I think it's top of the hour as well. So let's wrap it up. I hope you have a great rest of the day, guys. I am sleepy now, so I will go and get some sleep. But it was a pretty good day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys.